Previously on the practice.
What? There's a head in the bag.
It's the woman I met at the bar last night.
What are you doing with her head?
I don't know. Somebody put it in there.
George Vogelman, you're under arrest for the murder of Susan Robin.
Give me one reason I should speak to you.
The reason is I don't think George Vogelman killed your daughter.
Your buddy George has a little home video library, Eleanor.
This isn't that perverted.
If this gets admitted into evidence, George is going to look like a sicko.
Let's mark up a motion to suppress.
Some of the tapes involve sexual scenes which border on sadomasochism.
This is a homicide case. It is not a sex crime.
I want to see the specific tapes we are talking about before
You
I
would.
make...
Eleanor?
I will see the tapes in question. Then I'll make my ruling.
Anderson Pearson, my stuffed shirt professor, he just shot somebody, dead.
Did you think he was about to kill you or your wife when you pulled the trigger?
Well, no, not at that second, but...
So you do have some memory of what you were thinking?
I didn't consciously pull it. It just went off.
You're trying to squeeze in self-defense, counsel.
We're not.
It's a nice try.
You are shutting down our whole defense.
I want our objection noted for the record.
So noted. Step back. On the charge of murder in the second degree, we find the defendant, Anderson Pearson, guilty.
Possibly spread a few more papers in some places I can see the floor.
It's only for a couple of days, Helen. It's not as if the floor is clean underneath.
This is the Pearson appeal?
Yep.
You know, Lindsay, I don't mean to sound pessimistic.
Then don't.
Okay, could you at least clean the floor a little? This is a first date tonight.
So?
So, I'm not gonna bring a guy into my bedroom on the first date. If we're gonna go to town, it's gonna happen right here on this rug. Kidding, a joke. Come on, think back to when you had a sense of humor. When was the last time you even laughed?
Probably college. I came home one night, and there you were going to town with some guy on the rug. Kidding. I thought you swore off blind dates.
I did, but Lisa Nicole promised I wouldn't be disappointed. Here goes.
Helen?
Absolutely. Hi.
Hi. Ready?
Absolutely.
The biggest problem is the police aren't even looking for anybody else. They consider the case solved.
And their theory as to why I would carry around her head?
You're sick.
Look, George, my office has already spent about $20,000 on private investigators. I can't in good conscience ask my partners to spend any more. Do you have access to any money?
I've been in here for 2 months, Eleanor, with no income. I guess I could sell my car. I don't know what the value is.
All right, look, we have that motion to suppress the videotapes tomorrow, so...
Not that they're offering, but would you be at all open to a plea?
What kind of plea?
Manslaughter. Insanity.
No. I wouldn't be open to that.
Complete transcripts are expensive.
I asked for complete, Lucy. The hearing is scheduled for this afternoon.
Well, I can't listen without ears, which I won't have if you bite my head off.
What's going on?
I asked for all the trial transcripts. She only got pre-trial.
It's pre-trial rulings we're appealing.
I asked for them all.
Chomp, chomp, munch, munch.
Lucy,
Bobby, do you know what Jimmy's case is about?
his cousin, wrongful termination?
Yes, but do you know the details?
No.
Yeah, he fired this
What's
worker.
the problem, Rebecca?
The problem.
It's a 2-day trial, tops.
His cousin fired this woman for being Iranian.
He's being sued. I gotta defend him. He's my cousin.
What's your defense?
A defense?
Yes. On the charge of wrongful termination, what's your defense going to be?
She's Iranian. It's a jury trial.
If those tapes come into evidence, the jury's going to be prejudiced, and that's exactly why he wants to use them.
Sexual disorders certainly may be relevant.
He has an adult video collection. That doesn't suggest a sexual disorder, and that's exactly the kind of leap he wants a jury to make.
Your client allegedly cut off a woman's head, Mr. Young. Are you afraid the jury will think less of him because of his film library?
The issue is whether he cut off that head. That film library is not relevant to that issue. It's only being introduced to suggest some depravity.
And it's that pattern of depravity that goes to the issue of whether or not this man has the capacity to behead somebody.
The tapes are inadmissible. What else?
Your Honor.
They're not coming in, counsel.
They won't let you out for the hearing.
I heard.
This is the supplemental memorandum I'm filing. Basically, we're going to argue Judge Hiller was wrong not to let us argue self-defense.
Okay, look. I had some of the lawyers at my firm read the brief. They thought it was well written. But ultimately unpersuasive.
Tell your lawyers to go to the hearing. There's a reason we have oral arguments.
Oh, I didn't mean to be critical. I meant... Thank you for fighting so hard with so little to fight with.
There's no reason we have to give up.
I had been promoted twice within the last year, and I was going to be promoted to manager this January.
So things were going well at work?
Very well.
And what happened?
Well, last March I was getting ready to leave on vacation, and almost in passing, a coworker asked me where I was going. I told him I was going home to see my parents, and he asked me where home was.
Where is home?
Iran. I was born there.
And then what?
Suddenly I seemed to be facing kind of a cold front in the office. About a month later, Mr. Martini came to me and said things weren't working out, and he let me go.
Your relationship with your coworkers, you felt kind of a cold front.
Yes.
In fact, you went to my client and complained about this, right?
Yes.
People were being insubordinate. Isn't that the word you used?
I believe so.
Affecting your ability to be a productive manager.
Yes.
Why did you come to America, Miss Beta?
I first came as an exchange student in high school. Then I stayed on for college. Now I live here.
As an American citizen?
No, on a visa.
Do you plan to become an American citizen?
Not really.
You like Iran?
Yes.
How do you feel about all the terrorism that...
Objection.
Sustained. Mr. Berluti, let's take care.
Miss Beta, you're a proud Iranian.
Yes.
You honor this flag.
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
I've told the police everything I know.
I understand. And Jay, we realize how hard this must be.
Please, don't insult my intelligence. You're the guy's lawyer, so...
The guy who killed your girlfriend is not George Vogelman. We think he was framed.
By who?
That we don't know.
One question that keeps coming up is, why would Susan be alone in a bar drinking? Why would she go to a motel with George Vogelman? By everybody's account, this is out of her character.
It is.
Her father getting cancer, do you think she could have been depressed about that?
Could be.
Could it be something else?
Jay, you seem like an honest guy. We've got an innocent man looking at conviction. Part of their case is the notion that Susan could never have gone off on some one-nighter. Can you think of anything that could possibly explain why she would?
Police said this wouldn't have to come out.
What?
I had been a little unfaithful to Susan. That afternoon, she caught me.
Do you think maybe to retaliate, she could have gone home from the bar with some guy? Is that possible?
Miss Frutton, I have spent the last 2 months desperately trying to convince myself that that isn't possible.
You ought to go down there and peek in that courtroom.
Rebecca.
It's obscene. You want the Anti-Defamation League picketing our office?
It's a trial. Qualified immunity.
Well, that can't excuse it.
This office is getting way too hostile for me.
Why don't you just go and...
Come on, Bobby. We're late.
She was the manager, and her leadership ability was suffering.
Because she was Iranian.
I certainly don't agree with the bigotry, but I have a dry cleaners to run, and, well, it wasn't running so well.
What about calling a meeting, telling your employees that the bigotry won't be accepted?
It wasn't so much what people were doing, so much as what they were feeling, and I mean, I was powerless to control that.
And the feeling was anti-Iranian.
Anti-Iranian, anti-Arab, basically Middle East.
And you agree that this feeling was a form of prejudice?
Oh, of course.
But you tolerated it.
Well...
You fired her, Mr. Martini. We could say you ratified the bigotry.
Well, you could, but I had 18 workers come up and threaten to quit. My choice basically was either discharging your client or facing Chapter 11.
I see. And if Ms. Bader were black, and your workers threatened to quit because they didn't want to work with an African American, would you have fired her?
Probably not.
What's the difference?
Possibly none, but complaining about the color of a person's skin that's racism, which lies in hatred and ignorance. I mean, here I feel there was some patriotism involved, and I guess it wasn't quite as repulsive to me.
He willfully withheld evidence.
I did no such thing.
You have a duty to turn over all
Start
evidence.
with all
you
of your
just can't say...
I don't listen when two people talk.
They have an absolute duty to turn over all exculpatory evidence.
Material evidence. This...
Let him finish, please.
The boyfriend of the victim provided the prosecution with a reason that the victim may have gone to a bar and may have been predisposed to a one-night stand. He did not turn that information over to us.
Why not?
We didn't consider it either material or relevant.
What's the information?
She had caught him that very day with another woman.
Mr. Tisbury, the break you catch here is that this came out before trial.
Your Honor, that statement...
As of this second, I don't trust you. You're going into trial with a judge who doesn't trust you. So if you're going to make any more mistakes from this point on, I suggest you err to their side.
There was no willful attempt to withhold evidence.
Then how unfortunate that I don't believe you.
My position is that Judge Hiller erred when she denied our right to assert self-defense.
I see no such denial in the record.
If you read the transcript, she threatened us with a bad jury instruction if we went the route of self-defense.
It wasn't a ruling.
It was tantamount to a ruling. It had the effect of shutting us down.
Are you now suggesting that it was self-defense? Because that gives me a problem, counsel.
Which is?
At trial, you argued that the gun went off involuntarily. Your client testified to that. And now you're saying self-defense. Did your client commit perjury on the stand?
First of all, this hearing is about Judge Hiller's ruling, not my client's testimony.
So we should ignore the truth?
Secondly, defendants can assert alternative defenses. We could have argued A, he shot him in self-defense, and B, it went off involuntarily. That's permissible. What this hearing is about is Judge Hiller denying us one of those defenses.
So basically you're saying had Judge Hiller not cut you off, self-defense would have been your theory?
Exactly. Are we all up to speed now?
Do you really mean to be snide with us, Miss Stoll?
Actually, yes. You wouldn't be asking these questions if you'd read my brief. I'm discouraged to realize you haven't. I hope you at least reprimand your clerks.
Let's just address your issue then.
She cut off self-defense because the victim wasn't posing an imminent threat. That was wrong. The threat to my client was both real and ongoing. Mr. Pearson was in fear of his life at the time he pulled the trigger.
The victim had no gun. My clerk did highlight that part.
In defining imminent, if you look at the cases, the courts basically come down to these questions. Was there any alternative? Could he have used less force? Could he have escaped? Could he have retreated? Could he have just held him at gunpoint until the police arrived?
In this situation, the answer seems to be yes to all of those options.
But the reality for all those options is that man would be back.
Perhaps, but as Judge Hiller noted, we weren't at that point when...
And to require him to wait till that point is unreasonable.
Are you asking us to rewrite the law?
No. Some states have recognized a kidnap exception. Basically, if a man kidnaps somebody and tells the victim he's going to kill them in a month, that victim doesn't have to wait a whole month until he's allowed to use deadly force.
True. But Mr. Pearson wasn't kidnapped.
In effect, he was. He was basically held captive. He'd gone to the police. They couldn't help. He got a restraining order from the court. It didn't help. The time was coming. And we're saying Anderson Pearson should have waited until the exact moment? Suppose Raymond Breyer came at night while they were sleeping.
There is no evidence of any direct threat to kill Mr. Pearson.
It was certainly implied. Yeah, I could argue it was direct with the cat-mouse exchange, and whether it was direct or not, Anderson Pearson had a reasonable belief that it was.
Well, it still seems like a reach to apply the
But
kidnap...
we're entitled to that reach. Before a jury. Judge Hiller shut it down. It's error.
Time magazine or Newsweek?
They went easier on Ricky Jewell. Listen to this. Hapless podiatrist whose social life consisted of pornography videos and women he met through the personals. I was one of them.
Except you kept your head about it. I've spoken to every one of his friends.
And?
They all use 3 words to describe him. Gentle, kind, loner.
He's in trouble.
The girl's father and brother have agreed to see me tomorrow. If they can't point us someplace, yeah, he's in trouble.
Did they rule?
Tomorrow. It went well. It seemed to have their attention.
Great, let's get some dinner.
No, I'm going to go back to the office, get on Westlaw. You know, there's a new case ruling like every 10 minutes.
Lindsay, take a break.
I'll take a break when it's over.
Is it ever going to be over?
I'll see you at home.
Hey. She's been up till 3 o'clock in the morning every night since the trial. It's like some quest.
Helen, she's close to him. You know she might win.
Oh, come on. Overturn Hiller.
You should have seen her.
You went to Mr. Martini and complained.
I did.
Threatened to quit even if she worked there.
Yes.
Because you didn't want to work side by side with a person of Iranian descent.
I don't have a problem with her as a person, but...
But what?
I'm not over the hostage thing. I admit it.
Mr. Harper, that was almost 20 years ago.
I really don't care. It all comes back. I see burning American flags. I see Khomeini. I get all pent up with anger.
But this woman wasn't in government. How...
The Iranian people cheered that government, and they never apologized. In our government, we just forgave them because they got oil. Well, I can't forgive them.
This woman was 9 years old during the hostage crisis.
Well, she's old enough now to make a judgment. And when she looks me in the eye and says, I'm proud to be an Iranian, I don't want to work side by side with her.
Did she ever engage in any political or religious discourse at work?
No. And I'm sure she personally has never blown up an embassy. But imagine, they're carrying signs that say death to the U.S., and here she is in our country suing for a job. Ask me, the turban must have been wrapped too tight.
That last remark was unnecessary.
You asked me to testify and tell my feelings.
Just the same, you basically stood up and declared yourself a bigot.
I am prejudiced on this, but I think this is a bigotry I'm entitled to.
You're not the person I thought I knew, Ron.
Sally, I know I'm blaming you for something that has nothing to do with you. That doesn't mean I'm above it.
All right. You're represented by counsel, Miss Beta. It's not appropriate for us to have communication.
Yes. We wouldn't want to be inappropriate, would we?
Excuse me 1 second. Miss Beta, listen. I hope you don't take it personal, things I say. I have to put on a defense.
You're saying I should be ashamed of my dissent, Mr. Berluti. It's difficult not to take it personally.
I'm the lawyer. I gotta...
You're a little too good.
at least make you a cup of coffee?
No, really, I'm fine.
Really? I feel like I should at least... No.
Well, lawyers work this hard?
Big case. Call me.
I will.
Bye.
I'll see you.
Morning.
You slept with him on a second date?
I didn't really sleep with him. We fell asleep watching TV, which wouldn't have happened, by the way, if I didn't have to bring him in there to escape your command post. What is all this? Oral arguments are over.
This is on sentencing. Should we lose the appeal?
Part of me hopes you do lose. I'm a little afraid if you win, Lindsay, a new trial. Can you survive going through all this again?
The trial was easy. Losing it was hard.
I'm a little concerned about you.
I'm fine.
Withdraw.
What that woman said to me, I'm having a hard time shaking it.
You're about to start closing arguments.
I know. I'm just not sure it's in me. I don't want to let my cousin down, but...
Jimmy, if you came to me with this case at the beginning, I would have stopped you from taking it. It's offensive. It puts a bad light on you and the firm. But there's no way you can bail at closings. I mean, it's not even a question.
Yeah. I guess.
And Jimmy, don't phone it in.
The police discouraged us from talking to you.
As I told your dad, I'm convinced they got the wrong guy. And if they do, that means that this thing was either a mission to frame George Vogelman or somebody was after your sister.
And as we told the police, we don't know of any such person who would want to harm her.
Her boyfriend, Jay? Did you ever see any predisposition with him and your sister?
Jay?
I'm grasping, Steve.
Jay's a sweet kid.
Did he ever show a temper? What if he had followed your sister, found her with George Vogelman?
Jay couldn't have done this.
Did your sister... Is it possible that your sister could have kept some part of her life secret?
Mr. Young, I feel I know my daughter pretty good. Truth is, I can't believe in a million years that she'd go to some motel with a guy she met in a bar. Which leads me to think that your guy had to have done it.
But, Mr. Robin, you couldn't believe she would even go to a bar alone. So it's possible that... Steve, help me out. Is there some other side to her?
If there was, I never saw it. The only...
What? The only what?
She did spend a lot of time on the internet, talking up people she didn't know.
Would you say that in court?
I don't know. I guess.
After careful review, we agree with Ms. Dole's position that self-defense should have been available to the defendant at trial. Whether the danger posed to Mr. Pearson was eminent enough to justify the use of excessive force, it's a question of fact, which should have been offered to the jury. We therefore rule that Judge Hiller's position was in error. However, it is not evident on the record that Judge Hiller actually ruled in this matter, thereby prohibiting self-defense. And if defense counsel's assertion is true, that her warning was in effect a ruling, then the proper procedure was interlocutory appeal, which was waived by proceeding to trial. The conviction of Anderson Pearson, therefore, stands. We're adjourned.
It's easy to hate Iranians, isn't it? And Arabs. They blow up airplanes, buildings. When that bomb went off in Oklahoma City, we all had the same knee-jerk reaction. Probably some Middle East terrorist. Let's admit it, we don't like these people. And I understand the sentiment. Many of us share Mr. Harper's frustration with the hostage crisis. That's an old but deep wound. But I take exception to his message that it's good old American patriotism to discriminate against anyone from the Middle East. That's not the country I know. America stands for tolerance. The United States rebelled against oppression, against prejudice. Or do we? Mr. Harper's statement, hey, she makes me angry because of Khomeini. That's like saying, hey, the Japanese stir up these Pearl Harbor memories. Let's get rid of them. We did that here once, remember? Rounded up all the Japanese, threw them in internment camps. Didn't matter they were U.S. citizens, didn't matter they were innocent. They were of Japanese descent. And this country, we're ashamed of that little piece of history. Well, here we go again. Because today's Cold War is against terrorism. And it's just so easy to hate the towel heads, isn't it?
She may have hooked up with some psycho from the internet. Maybe he was stalking her.
Even so.
What even so? Can't your guy start running that down?
Eleanor, again, off the record.
Sure.
This case is pretty hot copy. The police want to mark solved on the file. The DA's office wants to mark conviction. If anything turns up indicating it could have been somebody else, forget about getting a conviction. Your guy was last seen with her. He had her head. If George Vogelman didn't do it, he certainly represents reasonable doubt for whoever did.
What are you saying? They'd rather get a conviction than catch the right guy?
Not really, but their need for a conviction helps them to think they have the right guy.
Oh, that's great. What's the punchline, Helen?
They're not going to reopen the investigation.
When this trial started, I gotta admit, I was one of those people who sometimes have those thoughts. See some terrorist attack on the news, I'd say to hell with all of them. A lot of people in this country think the best thing about Iranians is that they kill Iraqis. But in Miss Beta, you saw a woman of dignity, integrity. And not that this is relevant, but having somebody like her as the mother of my children, I should be so lucky. But this isn't about her. It's about the actions of Peter Martini. Was his firing of her reasonable? Under normal times, no. But with what's going on today, yes. True, he could have said prejudice is prejudice and not fired her, in which case his staff might have quit and he'd be out of business. And as for the prejudice itself, sorry, but it's not the same as bigotry against blacks. This is different. There's a war going on here. Like Ms. Warden said, and the president said, terrorism is today's war. Somebody who didn't look like a killer put a bomb in the World Trade Center. We can expect more such attacks since we bombed Sudan. And I don't mean to suggest for 1 second that Ms. Beta is connected in any way to anything bad. But it is people's right to be afraid. Our government is telling us to be afraid. This war, the battlefields are subways, buildings, airports, who knows where. And as the president said, the Republicans too. In our fight against fanaticism, innocent people will unfortunately be victims. I think the question you have to ask yourselves is this. If an Iranian or Arab came to you looking for work, would you hire him, knowing it would upset personnel? If you can answer that question with an easy yes, fine for the plaintiff. But if your answer is probably not, all I ask is that you go back there and be honest with yourselves.
I would, but it cramps Helen's love life.
Lindsay. Go home.
And do what? Put my feet up, watch a movie while he sits in jail?
You've done everything you can. I was in the back of that appeals court. I've never seen a better performance by any lawyer anywhere. But it's over. You have to let go of it now.
Doesn't it bother you? And he's facing life imprisonment because of our screw-up.
He's facing prison because he shot and killed a man.
No, Bobby, it's because we blew it, especially you. You screwed up the most.
Me?
Yes, you. That ridiculous involuntary argument. It was stupid, and you know why we went with it? Because it was a brainstorm. You got all high off the idea like you always do over stunts. If it's novel, you want to try it, and because we did, a good man has lost his life.
Is that what you think?
Yes. And we screwed up by not appealing Judge Hiller's ruling. That's what cost us that appeal. It was malpractice. You know, the only upside is it gives us new grounds. What you see on this table is research on inadequate counsel. All the drug dealers I have put back out there, and him.
You gonna wait here all day?
They said they're close to a verdict. It's not like I have a job to go to.
Listen, what I said about your integrity and stuff, I meant that.
I know you did. And that stuff about it being reasonable to fear us, you meant that too, didn't you? The most discouraging part is that I can tell you're a really nice man.
Part of me hopes I lose.
Me too.
You want me to what?
Just what I said.
This is the judicial part of the process, counsel. I don't give orders to the police on how to investigate their case.
I'm asking you to order them to investigate, period.
We have.
You haven't. Had in a handbag, that's enough? You're afraid of investigating for fear it'll come between open and shut.
I'm offended by that, Eleanor.
What have you really done?
Everything. Forensics, DNA.
What about the poet? Did you go down that path?
The who?
There is a serial killer known as the Poet, Your Honor. One of our former clients was convicted of trying to copy him. He rapes and decapitates...
Different M.O.
Well,
than the...
maybe he mixed things up for spice this time.
We considered the Poet. Our investigation points to George Vogelman and George Vogelman alone.
We also have evidence that the victim had contacts with people on the internet.
Look, counsel, you're free to conduct your own investigation. You want time? I'll give it to you.
We don't have any money. They have an unlimited budget. My client is broke.
Well, I can't do anything about that, and I can't order them to keep looking if they're convinced they have the killer. If their thinking is suspect, we have the device to deal with that. We call it the trial.
Every criminal defendant has to rely on the integrity of the process. Not just me, not just you, but the police and the DA, too.
And we have nothing but your protests to suggest they haven't done their jobs. A shoddy investigation is a defense counsel's dream. If you think you've got one, take advantage.
It's not that simple.
Unfortunately, it is. That's all.
Your Honor.
That's all.
Basically, I want to make a list of every noble accomplishment, every act of charity, anybody you can think who can stand up for you at sentencing and be effective.
Okay.
I'm still working on the other appeal. So, in the meantime, you know, there's a big difference between 18 years and life, so...
What's your feeling?
Hiller's tough. She's more likely to go maximum than minimum. You know, any awards you've received, you know, things like that. I want to know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We let you down.
No, you didn't, Lindsay. I let you down.
I'll be back on Friday for the list.
You okay?
Yeah.
Foreperson, you've reached your verdict.
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Bader versus Martini. On the count of wrongful termination, we find in favor of the defendant, Peter Martini.
Yes! Thank you, Jimmy.
Sure.
Quiet down, please. As a matter of law, I set aside the jury's verdict. I order the defendant to pay damages in the amount of $220,000. I'd hoped you'd reach the right result. It would have saved us an appeal. Since you didn't, judgment is hereby entered for the plaintiff, notwithstanding the verdict. Let me note my disgust for the defendant on the record, for the defendant's attorney, and finally for the jury. Ms. Bader, please accept the apology of this court. Adjourned.
Ms. Bader. Ms. Bader. That part about me being a nice man, well, I am a nice man. And I know this might seem, well, once you get on that elevator, then I might never... Do you think you would like to have a cup of coffee with me sometime?
You're asking me out?
No. Well, a little.
Under the circumstances, that's not something I can see myself doing.
Okay.
But I'm flattered.
We're better off than we were yesterday. The videotapes are out, and this internet thing gives us at least a crack. Mainly, though, it's gonna fall on you, George. You gotta take the stand and convince the jury that you never could have done this.
Okay.
Okay? I'll be in touch. Right? You hang in there.
Eleanor? Give me the odds.
We're gonna do everything we can, George. I'd be lying to you if I told you I think we were gonna win.
Bobby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
Forget about it.
I've just been... I hate myself for crying.
I know. Look, this whole office is here for you. Whatever you need.
Thank you.
I'm here for you. You know that, right? What?
Nothing. I was just thinking... Sometimes I just... Previously on the practice.
There's a head in the bag. It's the woman I met at the bar last night. What are you doing with her head? Somebody put it in there.
George Vogelman, you are under arrest for the murder of Susan Robin.
The guy who killed your girlfriend is not George Vogelman. Part of their case is the notion that Susan could never have gone off on some one-nighter. Can you think of anything that could explain why she would?
I had been a little unfaithful to Susan.
As I said to your dad, I'm convinced they got the wrong guy. That means that this thing was either a mission to frame George Vogelman or somebody was after your sister. Is it possible that your sister could have kept some part of her life secret?
She did spend a lot of time on the internet.
Your guy was last seen with her. He had her head. If George Vogelman didn't do it, he certainly represents reasonable doubt for whoever did.
What do you say?
They're not going to reopen the investigation.
I don't give orders to the police on how to investigate their case.
I'm asking you to order them to investigate, period.
Well, I can't order them to keep looking if they're convinced they have the killer. If their thinking is suspect, we have the device to deal with that. We call it the trial.
Jay, I really appreciate your willingness to testify.
I'm not going to be that much help, Miss Frutt. Can't say I think your client is innocent.
I know, but you are the only one who can supply a possible reason why your girlfriend would have gone to a motel with George Vogelman.
I'm not crazy about helping the guy who killed my sister.
All we're asking is that you talk about the internet thing.
I can't.
Dr. Roberts, you know George Vogelman better than anybody.
But I wouldn't be able to say that I truly know him. I see him at work. Look, his being arrested for this crime, it's hurt the whole office. I really don't want to step into a witness chair and associate our medical corporation with
He was an usher at your wedding.
And I couldn't imagine him doing what they're accusing him of. But nor could I imagine his taste for pornography or his going home from bars with strangers. At best, all I could testify to is that I thought I knew him.
Even his friends have pulled away.
What have you got?
No history of violence, reputation for honesty, came forward on his own volition.
Loner.
Advertises in the personals. Likes porno.
Keeps to himself.
All right.
How many friends or associates you talk to?
Dozen, maybe more.
Anybody say they really knew the guy? I mean, completely?
No.
Great.
Okay, this is what I think. They go to the motel, and this woman rejected him at the wrong time. Maybe he felt sexually humiliated or whatever. This is the ultimate ridicule. And then he snapped.
Chopped off her head.
Now, what's he gonna do? He's got no chance of getting away with it. He's got a better shot at making it look like he was framed.
So he sticks her head in his medical bag, and the big show begins.
Loner.
Foot doctor.
He did it.
Got mad, lost his head.
The loner.
Is that it? Anything else? You keep your head up, George. Don't be shaking it. No, no, no. Just keep your head up. They're going to tell their story, and then we're going to get to tell ours.
Okay.
Bathroom? Anybody need to go?
All set. I went.
Okay.
Last seen with her. Her severed head was in his possession. Her blood was in his car. As our case will show, there is not one piece of physical or testimonial evidence that points to anybody other than George Vogelman. That's because George Vogelman gruesomely, hideously murdered Susan Robin. It's not even a question.
Sometimes how things look are not how they are. And there's a reason we bother with the trial. All we ask is that you be objective and you pay close attention to everything you hear.
Mr. Tisbury.
Commonwealth calls Helen Gamble to the stand.
His attorneys called and asked me to come down to their offices.
Why did they call you, Miss Gamble?
One of the attorneys there is my roommate, another one I've dated.
So they figured in you they'd get a sympathetic district attorney.
I don't think they were expecting special treatment. They wanted to surrender a client and hoped I could help them do it quietly.
Did they tell you any details about the case?
No, they simply asked me to come to the offices. They said it was serious.
So you went?
Yes.
And what happened after you got there?
They took me into a room and informed me that their client had a human head in his medical bag.
How did you respond?
I thought they were joking. Then they pointed to the bag.
Is this the bag?
Yes.
Mark and identify, Your Honor.
Marked, Exhibit 1.
And what happened next, Ms. Gamble?
They asked me to look in the bag.
And did you?
Yes.
And what did you see?
A human head.
Now, Miss Gamble, if I could...
You gotta be kidding me.
Objection!
Counsel, is what's in that cooler what I think it is?
Chain of custody, Your Honor.
I object to that!
In chambers, counsel. Members of the jury, 10 minutes. Let's go.
Just bringing that thing in is grounds for a mistrial.
You want a mistrial on the first witness, Eleanor?
That's a stunt to inflame the jury.
Would it be all right if I talk? It better be good.
Your Honor, the fact that this is so grotesque, it's relevant.
How?
He had it in his bag. Anybody who could carry something like that around, it's evidence of the kind of psychotic mind that goes with the very crime.
First of all, he didn't know it was in his bag.
Even under your theory, he didn't do it. He knowingly had it in his bag for more than 3 hours before he called.
Because he panicked.
You make your arguments, I'll make mine. Your Honor, they'll be saying he behaved like an innocent man. As soon as he saw it, he called the police. Well, that's not what he did. He carried it back to his car, drove to his lawyer's office, carried it up the elevator.
You can introduce all that without bringing the head into court.
He wants to horrify the jury, Your Honor. That's...
I maintain that's relevant. A reasonable person would be horrified. A reasonable person would repulse and not even approach the bag again, much less pack it up, go to the car.
Counsel.
It's legitimate for the jury to experience some of the horror so they can assess what's a reasonable reaction under the circumstances.
The head is inadmissible.
I want him sanctioned in open court, Your Honor. The cooler alone...
Why don't you just be satisfied with my ruling and leave it there?
That's just ice settling.
He then gave me the address of the motel that he and the victim had gone to.
And did you go there?
Yes, along with Detective McCrew and Attorney Frutt. We went there and discovered the body.
Mr. Vogelman cooperated at all times, did he not?
Yes, he did.
In fact, the only reason you or the police know a crime had even been committed is because Mr. Vogelman came forward.
That's true.
And blood scrapings from the floorboards of his car.
Exact genetic match with the victim.
They seemed friendly at the bar, but there was nothing sexual going on.
Did they leave your bar together, sir?
No, he left, and then she left about 10 or 15 minutes later.
My daughter was not a promiscuous woman.
Well, even if she would go to a bar, which I guess she did, I could never see her going back to a motel with some guy she just met. Plus...
Plus what?
Sorry, but he's kind of old and not very good looking.
The only samples in the room belong to the victim or the defendant.
So if somebody else did go in there...
It had to be immaculate.
It's happened? Murders leaving behind no physical evidence whatsoever? It has happened?
Yes, but the odds of
It's happened, yes or no, Detective?
Yes.
And Detective, you're familiar with a serial killer known as the Poet?
We don't believe that
the question
Poet...
is, are you familiar with a serial killer known as the Poet?
Yes.
Again, yes or no? This person decapitates his victims, yes or no?
Yes.
But you ruled him out.
The Poet severs the hands as well and leaves the head behind. He doesn't take it with him.
It's gone as well as can be expected.
This is going well? Even I'm beginning to think I'm guilty.
Look, everything they put in, we were ready for. It's not like they put up some surprise witness that said you've done some strange things to cats or something. George, you know what I mean. We've expected all of this testimony. It's not that it's not damaging, but there haven't been any surprises.
So what now?
We might want to rest. Rest? Well, think about it. All they've proven is two things. He was with her, he had her head.
Pretty good proof, ask me.
No weapon, no eyewitness. They tied him to a corpse, not a crime.
Still, you can't rest on that.
Look, I'm not saying it's the thing to do, but let's face it. What do we have? A nice guy? Maybe we should say to the jury, hey, we were ready to put on the defense, but since they didn't make their burden, we don't need to.
That is such a risk.
We already sprinkled on the idea of the Poet.
Internet, maybe a stalker?
You can't rest.
Pretty lame.
I don't know.
Eugene, he looks completely guilty. You can't just get up and say they didn't make their burden. That's stupid.
Well, maybe we could say he involuntarily cut her head off 5 times.
Oh, that's real funny.
Call me stupid?
I didn't call you stupid. I said it would be stupid to rest.
All right. Eleanor, what do you think?
Well, I see Eugene's point, but I don't think a jury is going to let him go on a burden of proof thing. I think our best defense is George. He's honest, and he plays honest.
If George didn't do it, then who?
It's not our job to answer that question.
Well, I realize this, but it's the question I keep asking, and the jury's going to be asking it back in that room.
You tell me not to advance a theory that I can't support. Hold on. First thing I can do.
If I understand your thinking on this, Eleanor, the police basically stopped looking. That should be your defense. The only reason we don't know who else, if not George, is because the police never asked that question. That's what you have to key on.
The guy had her head in his bag. We're going to put the police on trial for not asking who
the
else
police
could
on
have done it?
trial.
You guys are playing games. At the end of the day, he had her head. That's got nothing to do with any faulty investigation. He had her head.
So tell us what to do, Einstein.
You know something, Lindsay? You've been bitchy a lot.
He's right. You can't be playing reasonable doubt games. I agree with Jimmy.
I'm a bitch?
On his defense there, you have to defend George. You can't be attacking the police.
We got to do both. We got to put George up, let him be as convincing as he can be, and we got to open the door to other possibilities.
Excuse me, hello. Boyfriend lives alone, brother, big house.
So?
So, the murder took place between 1 and 3 a.m. Why weren't they considered?
They were checked out. They're both choir boys.
Yeah, but still, no official alibi if everyone's asleep. Why not Plan B them? They're gonna testify anyway.
What's Plan B?
It might be worth a try.
Give them a soft Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Yeah, talk about a risk.
You got any better ideas?
All right, but first, we have to be sure it won't backfire.
Plan B, soft, for both.
Comb every report. Make sure it's really available.
They both gave statements.
Dissect them.
You take the boyfriend, I got the brother.
What the hell is Plan B?
Basically, it means we point the finger at other people. It's very dangerous because normally when the defense starts hatching theories of their own, the jury can shift the burden back to us, which we definitely do not want.
And when you say soft?
Our soft Plan B is we do it more gently. Instead of accusing, it's more like what-ifing. It's less likely to alienate the jury, but it's a risky strategy.
Well, then why do it?
Because we don't have much else to go with. What?
The things that I've been reading about myself in the papers. I'm not a big fan of accusing people falsely.
George, this is a murder trial here. You're the defendant. First, I want to thank you for testifying, Jay. And second, I want to convey my sympathy. You were Susan Robbins' boyfriend?
Yes,
And you loved her.
I did.
Jay, we've heard a lot of testimony to the effect that it was uncharacteristic for Susan to have gone to a bar alone, and especially to a motel with a man she had just met. Would you agree with that testimony?
Yes.
I know this is a difficult question, and I thank you in advance for your honesty. But you do know of a reason why she may have behaved uncharacteristically that night, don't you?
A possible reason.
Could you share that with us?
Susan had discovered me with another woman the day of her death.
So it could have been she went to a bar and then to a motel with another man out of hurt, as a way of lashing back?
I don't think she would do that. I really don't, but I can't exclude the possibility, no.
Jay, do you have any information on Susan's death?
No.
You were home when this happened? Asleep?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Could I confer with counsel 1 second?
Make it fast.
Jimmy interviewed one of the cops. This guy supposedly was on the phone with the other woman till 2 in the morning.
Why wasn't that in the report?
I don't know, but you can't plan B him. We'll get clipped.
What about the brother?
Still a shot there. I hope.
Okay, Jay, that's all I have. Nothing further, Your Honor.
What happened?
He had an alibi. Look, it still went okay. Any idea that you maybe abducted her, we put a dent in that.
These are very small victories, it seems.
Anything new on the brother? At all?
No.
I'd go hard.
What? And look like a monster?
I will soften it on close. Go for him.
Something about somebody on a chat line. That's all she said.
Somebody she was having a relationship with on the internet?
She didn't really give details. My sister and I weren't too close lately.
Well, why was that?
Well, since my father had become ill, there was a lot of tension. I had a business that failed and had moved back home. She didn't think that was helping my dad's stress level. It was just family stuff. The point is, we didn't share a lot of intimate secrets.
Steve, do you think this stuff, your dad's illness, your business problems, could they have added to your sister's stress level?
I'm sure they did.
Maybe caused her to go to a bar just to have a drink, talk to somebody?
That I don't know.
You didn't know she'd gone to a bar?
Me? No.
Or to a motel with Mr. Vogelman?
No. How would I have known that?
Well, you'd know if you'd followed her.
What?
Did you follow your sister that night?
Objection.
Excuse
Permission
me?
to treat this witness as hostile, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
This witness is the brother of the victim. Permission to treat him as hostile.
Go ahead.
This business failure of yours, did you incur any debt?
Is there an offer of proof?
Sit down, Mr. Tisbury.
How much money did you lose, Steve?
About $300,000.
You owe this amount to people?
I had investors, yes.
Your father, he has liver cancer, isn't that right?
Yes.
He was diagnosed with about 8 months to live?
Yes.
According to his will, if you know, who inherits his estate?
I guess me.
You guess you. You're the sole beneficiary.
Yes.
But if your sister was still alive, then there'd be 2 beneficiaries, wouldn't there?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that it works out well for you having your sister die before your dad.
Objection.
What? If she'd outlived him, then the estate goes sideways, maybe split.
Objection.
All right. Mr. Young?
This witness has testified to his estrangement with his sister. He has testified to his debt. He is also the only one to serve up the internet red herring, perhaps to use as a safety net in case suspicion ever fell to him.
Move to strike all of that.
I am entitled to question this witness.
Go ahead.
Anybody with you the night of your sister's murder, Steve?
I was home. My father was home.
Were you home before your father went to bed?
No.
When did you get home?
Probably around midnight.
Did he see you come in?
He goes to bed at 10.
Ever take any medication for depression, Steve?
Objection.
Overruled.
You ever take any medication for a mental condition, Steve?
I take lithium.
For depression?
Yes.
Did you murder your sister and frame George Vogelman?
Objection.
Did you follow her to the bar, then go to the motel?
Objection.
Overruled. It was the perfect opportunity, wasn't it? You could get George Vogelman's address by running down his plates. After he leaves the motel, you go inside, make yourself a sole beneficiary, and then go to plant the head in George's car. You see the bag and think, even better. Wipe out a debt and sibling rivalry all in a night's work.
That's sick!
Did the police ever question you in connection with your sister's death?
Of course they didn't.
They never even brought you down for questioning?
No, they did not.
Maybe you pulled off the perfect crime, Steve.
Objection!
Sustained.
Maybe you were that good.
Objection!
Mr. Young.
Withdrawn. It's a shame. Well, the jury either really hates us...
Or we created some doubt. I think you did great.
Eleanor, the kid lost his sister. I just accused him of killing her. Meanwhile, his dad is dying. Do not try to make me feel good.
It's possible he could have done it?
That's not important. What is you're up next.
Okay.
George, you've got to just speak the truth from your heart. If the jury can see you for who you really are, they will have to question whether you could have done this. And remember, you cannot say anything that goes to your character. We cannot open that door. We cannot give them any chance to introduce those porno videos.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to look at the jury. You've got nothing to hide.
Right.
Okay. I'll see you after lunch.
It's in his hands now.
He'll be fine.
You asked us to trust you. My boy got up because you convinced him to honor the truth.
Mr. Robin, I got an innocent man about to go down for a crime he didn't commit.
Eugene? Eugene?
You just stole my son's innocence. You're garbage.
You'll need to come with
Ow. Last one. I can freeze it some more.
It's okay.
Excuse me.
I'm Lucy Hatcher. I have new clothes for him. He's due back in court.
Can you wait outside?
Sure. Wow. You just bashed your head in for calling his son the killer?
Something like that.
Make sure you tell him to rub vitamin E on. It'll help with the scar.
Thank you. You know, you really could wait outside.
Sure. Eleanor says it's a half hour till George.
And when I opened my bag, there it was.
Her head?
Yes.
And what did you do next?
First, I went into a little shock. Then I came to you, my lawyer. And together we went to the police.
Do you know of anybody who would want to incriminate you like this?
No.
George, you have to know how this looks. Can't you tell us anything?
All I can tell you is, I didn't kill this woman. We made love. I left. And she was alive.
Why didn't you go back to your place? Why a motel?
My place wasn't very impressive. Or neat.
You leave a bar after midnight with a woman you just met. You're worried about neatness?
Yes.
So you said, let's go to a motel, and she said yes. A 23-year-old, beautiful woman. She said, sure.
That's what happened.
And after you made love, why'd you leave? Why not spend the night?
I had a very early morning at work.
Anybody see you leave the motel?
Not that I know of.
Anybody see you when you got home?
Not that I know of.
Anybody you know of who could testify that it's against your character to kill a person?
Objection. Sustained.
Mr. Vogelman, basically, all you have to suggest your innocence is your word. Do you have any evidence or witnesses to corroborate your word is worth anything?
Objection, sidebar.
Step up.
He's trying to force us into character testimony so he can backdoor the videos on impeachment.
Any witness who takes the stand puts his truthfulness in issue. I'm entitled to cross.
Attack him on truthfulness if you want, but don't be asking what witnesses or evidence he has. Step back.
Mr. Vogelman, you married?
No.
Girlfriend?
No.
Have you ever had a girlfriend?
No.
Ever been in any relationship?
I've dated.
You've dated. How old are you, sir?
43.
43 years old, and you've never had a relationship.
Asked and answered.
Sustained.
What about high school, even? Did you go to your high school prom?
Objection.
Sustained. Let's keep things current, counsel.
Do you meet women through the personals?
Sometimes I do.
You sometimes go to bars, meet women there?
Yes.
Ever meet a woman on the internet? Ever meet a woman on the internet, Mr. Vogelman?
Yes.
Are you the man Susan Robin met on the internet?
No.
Did she go to that bar to meet you, the man on the internet?
No. I met her at the bar. I never communicated with her on the internet.
Just one last hypothetical, Mr. Vogelman, and then I'll be done. Say this woman meets a man on the internet. He maybe oversells himself just a little. She agrees to meet him. She's disappointed, rejects him. And this man, who's been rejected so many times, has finally had enough.
Objection. This is an argument, not a question.
Enough is enough, right, George?
Objection.
Sustained. Do you have any more questions, Mr. Tisbury?
No, Your Honor. I don't believe I do.
Counsel? Ms. Frutt?
Nothing, Your Honor.
The witness may step down.
Any ideas? I hate to rest on that.
Should we redirect?
I don't think so. It could get worse.
Maybe we...
What?
I have an idea. The defense recalls Helen Gamble. She's right back there.
Ms. Gamble, step up, please.
What are you doing?
Ms. Gamble, please take the stand. I remind you, you're still under oath.
What's going on?
You testified the reason we called you that day is because of your relationship with our office.
I assumed that was the reason you called me.
Well, does our office enjoy a certain trust with you?
I would think so.
And a candor?
Yes.
And in the spirit of that candor, did you and I have a conversation about this case last week?
Objection.
Overruled.
Did we talk about this case? Miss Gamble, did you and I discuss this case?
Briefly and generally.
And did you tell me that the police and the DA's office both just wanted a check solved in the little box next to...
Objection.
Overruled.
Let me speed things up. Did you basically tell me that given the publicity, a conviction desperately needed here, that if anybody else were charged with this crime, your office would never get that conviction, since George Vogelman having the head in his medical bag would guarantee reasonable doubt to whoever else was charged? And because of that, the police and the DA's office, on at least an unconscious level, might want to believe that George Vogelman is the killer and therefore not bother to look for anybody else. Did you share all that with me?
First, I have no direct information on this case. Second...
Please just respond.
I am responding. It was a long question, counsel.
Your Honor?
She can answer.
I never suggested or even hinted that somebody else besides George Vogelman committed this crime.
I didn't ask what you thought.
And I never suggested that the DA's office wasn't convinced of your client's guilt.
Did you say they might not want to look further? That it's easier to believe you've got the right guy when there's pressure to get a conviction?
I said sometimes it's been known to happen. I didn't say it happened here.
Yes, but you said it's been known to happen in a conversation about this case. Didn't you?
Again, I have no reason to believe that this particular investigation has been anything but proper and thorough.
Thank you. That was a good answer for the team.
Are you suggesting the investigation's tainted?
I think there was collusion between the police and the DA's office.
Got nothing to say right now.
Get out! What the hell was that, Eleanor?
Helen, I'm sorry.
You just cut my legs out. Sorry. I tell you something in confidence and you ambush me in open court?
I had to make a choice. I had a duty to my client.
No good. You screwed me in this office for the last time.
I was backed into a...
That's crap.
She's right.
What was I going to do? Tell George, hey, I could have saved you, but...
George isn't the only client in this firm.
No, Pearson is.
She's right, Eleanor. We need our credibility with every case, not just this one.
It's not something I planned to do.
But you did it! We have to rely on relationships with DAs a lot. Sometimes those off-the-cuff conversations make the difference. You think any DA down there is going to want to talk to us again?
So I should let George go down so we can preserve our invites to the Christmas parties?
Yes. Our dialogue with that office is more important than any one case.
I gotta deal with them on sentencing next week. I'm sure they'll be in great moods to...
Get over your professor, Lindsay. What did you do, sleep with the guy?
Hey, Eleanor.
I love it when girls fight. It's better than hockey.
Quiet, Lucy. Back up, Eleanor. Back up. You too. I don't care what the stakes are. If the DA has an off-the-record conversation with any of us, it stays off the record. Otherwise, it's like Lindsay says. We lose our credibility in every case.
Well, tell that to the drowning man, that you're more concerned about the boat.
I am not talking to a drowning man, Eleanor. I am talking to you.
Let's everybody settle down a little. There's a lot of stakes for a lot of people. Tearing each other new armpits isn't going to help anybody.
Of course they had to arrest George Vogelman. The victim's head was in his possession. I don't blame the police for thinking he did it. How could they not? How could you not? But there's a reason nobody saw him commit the crime. There's a reason there was no weapon connected to him. He didn't do it. Who did? I don't know. You heard my co-counsel grill Susan Robbins' brother as a possible suspect. Well, let me admit a truth. We don't have any direct evidence to conclude the brother did it. If so, we certainly would have offered it. But he did have a motive. He was estranged from her. His debt, the will, his whereabouts at the time can't really be accounted for. He could have done it. The reason we can't know is because the police never bothered to check that out. Steve Robbins said himself that they never even questioned him. Imagine. He has motive, opportunity, no alibi, and they didn't even investigate him as a possibility. Why? Because the head was found in George Vogelman's medical bag. And Jay Hickman, Susan's boyfriend, I have no reason to believe that he killed her, but his whereabouts can't be accounted for either. Motive? Well, she was with another man in a motel. And just who was she talking to on the internet? There are a lot of questions left unanswered here because the police never really looked. You heard District Attorney Helen Gamble admit it's possible they didn't want to find anybody else because they needed to get a conviction on this. And the head, being in George Vogelman's bag, he was the only one they could possibly convict. Easier to stay with him and not complicated. Any evidence offered as to George Vogelman's motive? No. And why? If he is supposedly trying to get away with a crime, does he put the victim's head in a bag and go to the police with it? Does that make sense? And let's not forget about the poet, a known serial killer out there in the Boston area that has an MO for decapitating victims. Has anybody accounted for him? There are a lot of questions that need answering. Questions that were never asked or explored because this just seemed so simple. The head was in his bag. He must have done it. Well, he didn't. I have no doubt the prosecution needs that conviction. They surely do. But they are prosecuting the wrong man.
No evidence, not even microscopic, of anybody else being in that room except George Vogelman. Defense counsel gave us quite a show, didn't they? The brother did it. No, maybe it was the boyfriend. How about that serial killer? Forensics combed that room. There were saliva samples, fibers from clothing, semen, hair strands, fingerprints. They didn't go to a serial killer, or Susan Robbins' brother, or her boyfriend. They all belonged to George Vogelman. The man who says he went home alone. The man who sits there with no alibi. Yes, it was easy to conclude he did it. And on top of all the insurmountable evidence at the scene, he had the victim's head. My God, he decapitated a woman. And his lawyers have offered you nothing but spin as a defense. Did they put in one piece of physical or testimonial evidence? Anything at all exculpatory? No, just spin. He did it. No, he did it. Look there, over here. Don't forget that police conspiracy, collusion with the DA. And they expect you to let him go? They're not insulting your intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. They're assuming you just don't have any.
Got any predictions?
Innocent, guilty, or hung.
How long before?
There's no telling.
Eugene, could you excuse us a second?
Sure.
All the evidence is closed, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to tell you something. We both know I've always had some motive to tell you I'm innocent. It allowed you to let me testify. It allowed you to, I don't know, try harder. But now, the evidence being closed, it doesn't matter what I tell you. I didn't do it. When you looked at me a few months ago, you said you believed in me, but you couldn't fully trust yourself to believe in what you believe. You can trust yourself, Eleanor. You've been right all along. I didn't do it.
You know, in the future, if you're gonna hurl a book at someone, it should be at somebody your own size. She was about to flatten you.
I'll try to remember that.
And also, I'm a pretty good judge of character. Eleanor, I think normally she's peaceful. But when riled, she looks dangerous.
Well, maybe you should tell her that.
You think I'm crazy? I knew you were there.
I'm sorry what I said about Pearson.
I know. I'm sorry about the book.
Tell me I'm dull and fried.
And I'm sorry about my intent to flatten. I know saying sorry isn't gonna cut it for Helen, but
I'll work on her.
You guys. Verdict.
Will the defendant please rise? Mr. Foreman, the jury has reached a unanimous verdict.
We have.
What say you?
Commonwealth versus George Vogelman on the count of murder in the first degree. We find the defendant, George Vogelman, not guilty.
I'd never hear that.
The defendant is free to go.
Can you give us a
What do you think changed the jury for you?
What are your plans, then?
When do we expect?
Is it really over?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know really what to say. For so long.
Previously on the practice.
What say you?
We find the defendant, Anderson Pearson, guilty.
It is not evident on the record that Judge Hiller actually ruled in this matter, thereby prohibiting self-defense. The conviction of Anderson Pearson, therefore, stands.
We screwed up by not appealing Judge Hiller's ruling. That's what cost us that appeal. It was malpractice.
You're trying a kid for murder. A kid you know didn't commit murder.
Stop telling me what I know. At best, your boy saw a 15-year-old girl getting mauled and went for a walk. At worst, he killed her. Either case, I have no problem putting him away.
We find the defendant, Kevin Pete, guilty as charged.
What now, Helen? You got your conviction, but for the wrong guy.
Boyfriend bludgeoned the babysitter. We already did one lineup, but we want to run it again.
Why?
Because this is the witness.
He's 4 years old.
Every defendant has a right to confront his own accuser. Without that 4-year-old, a killer walks.
I'm not going to allow it.
I'm afraid you have no choice.
I'm his mother, and I'm going to protect him if no one else will.
This case is dismissed. The defendant is free to go.
Oh.
As I told your dad, I'm convinced they got the wrong guy. And if they do, that means that this thing was either a mission to frame George Vogelman or somebody was after your sister.
She did spend a lot of time on the internet, talking up people she didn't know.
Would you say that in court?
I guess.
Boyfriend lives alone, brother, big house. Why weren't they considered?
They were checked out. They're both choir boys.
Yeah, but still no official alibi if everyone's asleep. Why not plan B them?
It might be worth a try.
Give them a soft plan B.
Plan B, soft, for both.
Did you murder your sister and frame George Vogelman?
Objection!
Did you follow her to the bar, then go to the motel?
That's sick! You asked us to trust you. You just stole my son's innocence.
He's got to apologize. If he says he's sorry...
He said he's sorry. What do you want?
Clinton?
Pearson, sentencing is tomorrow. Hiller goes for contrition. I'd actually rehearse him. A good show of remorse can be the difference between 18 and life.
Actually, I'm thinking...
Thinking what?
I'm gonna ask her to reduce the charge to manslaughter.
What?
That's what it really was.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They convicted him of murder because manslaughter wasn't available, not because
Of all the judges, that won't fly with.
Judge Hiller's the last person on earth.
She's all I've got.
Lindsay.
I've done the research.
We need to talk about this.
Wow. Looks like clients are paying their bills.
Tommy.
How you doing, Bobby? Jimmy. Hey, Ellie.
Hey, Tommy.
What's up?
Well, this is a little delicate. That's why I'm here in person. Actually, I had kind of a long night of the soul before I represent Steve Robin and his dad. We're suing you.
What?
I know. I'm not too thrilled. But, oh, and I had to name you guys personally, too. In case you try to dissolve the partnership or something.
Steve Robin?
Yeah, brother of the victim in your Vogelman trial. Eugene accused him of being the killer. That's defamation, intentional infliction.
You can't sue for that. We have qualified immunity.
Well, you're probably right, but my research says we might make a go of it.
You got a lot of nerve.
Well, thing is, you say something like that to a grieving brother, accuse him of killing his own sister when you know he didn't. That's bad. Personally, I don't think it's an excuse that you said it in court. Oh, and look, I have to go for liens on all your property. Got to protect the judgment. You know how it goes. The hearing on that is tomorrow. It's ex-party, but I tell you anyway because we're all in the same fraternity. So, be seeing you.
He can't sue for what you say in court.
Well, he has.
$30 million?
I want you to all get on this. Research it, draft a memo, Eleanor. You take the hearing. Jimmy, notify your insurance.
This case is bogus.
I am not taking chances. We don't want Tommy Silva ever getting this to a jury. Lindsay, in my office. You already went to appeals asking them to overrule Judge Hiller.
And I almost won it. You said so yourself.
The point is, she doesn't like it when lawyers go running behind her back saying she screwed up.
Oh, please.
And springing this on her at sentencing?
I'm not springing it. I'm filing.
You want Pearson hit with life? Because that's what's going to happen.
Not if I persuade...
I know, Zoe Hiller. Your best shot at a reduced sentence is Pearson taking responsibility for the crime. If you go in there still battling a conviction...
I think you're wrong.
Lindsay.
Your strategy is the reason he's in jail, Bobby. Don't tell me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Yes, you did. You keep saying it. You must mean it.
It is not unheard of for a judge to convert a sentence.
Cowboy judges, maybe. But she isn't that. She is by the book. She will rebel against this, and your professor will end up doing more time than he otherwise would. Trust me.
Excuse me, Miss Gamble?
Yes?
I thought that was you, Edward Harrelson.
Hello.
What, have you been able to come up with any more evidence to make the arrest?
I'm sorry. You are?
Edward Harrelson. My daughter was killed by the parish boy. The witness is 4 years old.
Oh.
Well, do you have any new evidence?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, have you checked?
Well, I will check and get back to you.
You will check.
Today, I promise.
I don't mean to be a pest. He killed my daughter.
I felt about 2 inches tall.
Nothing's changed, Helen. The 4-year-old's all we've got, and he gets less reliable the longer we wait.
Nothing physical, no partial print, tire print.
Trust me, we've tried. I think we're gonna have to be honest with the girl's parents, Helen. The kid who killed their daughter's gonna stay free.
There has to be something we can do.
It is risky. The rest of your life is in her hands. If I get her angry...
Well, can't you bring the motion without getting her angry?
Yes. I mean, I'm certainly not going to antagonize her. But she has little patience for anything unorthodox, and showing up at sentencing asking her to reduce the charge, that's unorthodox.
The upside?
You're looking at 20 minimum on murder 2, probably 25. Manslaughter? Out in maybe 4.
But if we get her angry, I get life.
It's your call.
Let's go for manslaughter.
Tommy. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, can I steal you a second?
Yeah. I see you, Dave.
Off the record.
Sure.
Between you and me, I think what Eugene did to that kid was out of line. But going after lawyers for what they do or say in court, you sure you want to be doing this?
Like I said, it was a tough call. I mean, the father and the brother, they were in my office in tears. My heart went out.
I've known you a long time. You're a good guy.
Appreciate that.
This is kind of a small town. A lawyer who sues other lawyers. You gotta look at the big picture here.
You know, Jimmy, I appreciate you taking the time to look out for me like this. I hope to pay you back one day.
Miss Gamble, can I come in?
Sure. Danny, you remember Miss Gamble? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi. Let's go in the kitchen.
I know the last thing you're gonna want to hear is me asking again that your son testify at a probable cause hearing. But the killer is still out there, Miss Walsh. What if he were to kill somebody else?
I have never denied being totally selfish about this.
No, you haven't been selfish. You've been Danny's mother.
And I still am.
See, the thing is, different public defenders are in the courts on different days, ready to take appointments. Some are aggressive, some aren't. Some are lazy, some aren't. Some have little boys of their own.
What are you trying to tell me?
There's one woman, PD. It would go against her grain to be rough on a little boy. If we could arraign the parish kid on the same day that she was in the courts
And suppose the kid manages to hire his own lawyer this time, or the case gets reassigned. Miss Gamble, Danny still has nightmares. 2 weeks ago, they flashed that parish boy's face on the news, and he started to cry and shake all over, going, "That's him. That's him. I cannot let this."
If I could give you some assurance.
I am sorry. Please.
All right. I at least had to ask. The idea that...
What?
You said he was pointing at the TV going, him.
Yeah?
And he was upset.
Almost hysterical. Why?
Miss Walsh, would you be willing to testify?
Me? But how can I? I didn't see anything.
If I could persuade the court to let you testify instead of Danny, would you?
I guess I owe you that much.
Arrest him.
I'm meeting Lindsay at the courthouse. I should be back by lunch. You guys set?
Yep, we're ready. Jimmy got all the research on attorney immunity. The case law looks good.
You know who's sitting?
Pat. Can I help you?
I'm looking for, him. I just want you to know, I hoped to deliver the summons myself, but, Mr. Silver didn't think it's smart.
Since you're represented by counsel, Mr. Ryman, I really shouldn't speak with you.
I came to make one request. The doctors give me about 6 months. I would appreciate you not dragging it with delays, like I know lawyers are capable of doing. Win or lose, I'd like to play this out before I go.
All rise. Be seated.
I'll hear from the defense.
Your Honor, I have a motion together with a memorandum of law asking you to commute Mr. Pearson's conviction of murder in the second degree to one of manslaughter. It wasn't my intent to surprise the court. I just made this decision. I'm certainly willing to give the Commonwealth time to respond.
Your Honor, I take strong exception. If she had time to draft a memorandum, she had time to make a phone call.
To the court as well.
I'm agreeing to time now.
The motion is denied.
Well, I would like to be heard before...
If you felt your client should have been charged with manslaughter, you should have raised it before trial.
We have no right or authority to tell the Commonwealth what to charge.
So what are you doing now?
You have the right, as a judge, in the interests of fairness.
Yes. And if you asked me to consider it, maybe...
You can act without a lawyer having to ask you.
You're not fooling me, counsel. You kept this card in your deck. Go through with the trial, and if we lose, argue prosecutorial misconduct not to charge manslaughter.
That's not what I'm doing.
It is. You're looking for a free bite.
I am not looking for you to take...
The answer is no.
Hey! Can you at least read it? If you want to hold me in contempt, fine, but you have been strong-arming this case from the start. This stinks!
I'm glad you didn't set out to antagonize her.
That's the first time I've really lost it since I was 6. I'm playing my brother at Candyland. I sent the board flying.
Lindsay, you lost it with me a few weeks ago over this case. Now, I'm going to go see Judge Hiller and try to talk you out of jail. Then, I think I should take over.
You're not ready on this. There's a lot of research involved.
I can take over on straight sentencing. I think we should just drop this Hail Mary for manslaughter.
Pearson wants to go for it.
You talked them into going for it. Even if there was a shot, which I don't think there ever was.
This is my case.
It isn't your case. It's our case. Pearson came in looking to hire me. Remember? You co-opted this case, I let you, but I'm taking over now. Just hope it's not too late.
22664, Commonwealth versus James Parrish, murder in the first degree.
Michael Forbes for the defendant, Your Honor. We'll waive reading. We'll also be asking that my client be released, OR, pending.
The Commonwealth is opposed to any bail, Your Honor.
This is the second time they've arrested my client. They couldn't even satisfy probable cause the first time.
This time we can.
It amounts to harassment.
The defendant committed murder, Your Honor. Under current law, it is not considered harassment to arrest him.
I'm denying bail. PC hearing tomorrow at 10 o'clock. That's all.
He has his own lawyer. They're pretty aggressive, though, actually. I've been up against him before. Great. Danny won't be taking the stand, only you. Come on, let's go to my office, go over your testimony.
The law is unequivocal. A lawyer enjoys immunity for conduct
Qualified immunity, not absolute.
Oh, come on, Tommy. This is a murder trial. A case where the police failed to investigate. We certainly have to be allowed to consider other suspects.
Of course you do, but that doesn't give you the right to make bold-faced lie accusations.
We didn't do that.
Your Honor, you have the transcripts. They called my client the killer. Said he killed his own sister. And our complaint alleges they didn't have a good faith belief in that accusation.
If you read the transcripts closely, you will see we raised the possibility. There is
Here's
a big...
the newspaper from the next day. Defense accuses brother.
Oh, so we now rely on journalists to state the facts?
My point is, this kid had to walk around every day with people looking at him funny. Did he kill her? Always a little truth behind stuff like that. They painted him as hapless, desperate, and homicidal. All as part of a defense plan to get their client off. And it worked. Good for them. Mr. Vogelman walked. But Steve Robin got left with his reputation crippled. They say they have immunity to behave this way. I disagree. Acts in court have to be conducted in good faith. And there's warrant.
Who's kidding who? Look at what the prosecutors were doing. They withheld evidence from us in this case. They pretty much didn't even investigate for fear the true facts would screw things up. They had our backs up against a wall, and we did everything and anything we could to fight back. And now he's suggesting that witnesses who get cross-examined a little too tough should be allowed to sue us? That is laughable.
Someone calls you a murderer. I doubt you'd laugh.
Come on,
All right.
Tommy.
You've made your arguments. Now I'm going to think about it. Knock, knock.
What a nice surprise. I assume you're here to invite me to a movie?
It's her law professor. She's emotionally caught up in the whole thing.
Ah, I see. Then I should have anticipated having a brief hurled at my head.
She's sorry.
Is it me, or... I seem to be hearing that a lot in court lately. I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Did I'm sorry suddenly become an affirmative defense?
Well, truth be told, Your Honor, you stepped a little bit over the line yourself, not bothering to even read the brief.
I don't need to read the brief. All I had to do was look at the letterhead and see your firm's name attached to it.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means all you people do is stunt. You argue jury nullification every chance you get, or moral duress.
We didn't.
In this one, you came in claiming self-defense, then you switched to involuntary act.
It's called a zealous defense, which every client is entitled to.
Was it a zealous defense last week when Eugene Young stood up in court and accused the victim's own brother of killing her?
That case has nothing to do with this.
It has everything to do with who and what. You even blindsided Helen Gamble, calling her to the stand. You don't play straight, Bobby. And I am so sick of it. So when you walk in here after a verdict with yet another of your little tricks, don't expect me to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I expect you to read the brief. I expect you not to punish a criminal defendant just because you don't like the lawyers. I expect you to rule without letting your own personal feelings get in the way.
You should have thought of that.
Let me finish.
I don't have to let you finish. I am the judge.
Then act like one. You're angry at Lindsay Doe because she got the appeals court to... And you're too competitive, not to mention stubborn, to admit.
Get out of this room.
You used to be about fairness. Now you're all about ego. You're not the judge I used to respect.
Keep
That I do
talking,
know. What I don't know is what happened to make you so embittered. As an officer of the court, I hold you in contempt.
What time to get out?
10 o'clock.
I thought this was a judge you were on good terms with.
So did I. Where are we on Robbins?
Arguments went okay. I'm drafting up a 12B6, but we may have a much bigger problem. Our malpractice carrier says we're covered on negligence claims, but intentional infliction, we're on our own.
What? Excuse me?
They're calling it a supervening act.
They can't do that. It happened in court. We're getting sued for what happened in court?
All I'm telling you is what they're telling me.
So if we lose, it's $30 million out of your own pockets?
I thought this thing would be kicked. That's what you guys have been saying.
The judge should rule today.
Sooner the better. We don't need this kind of publicity.
What's happening with Pearson?
Back in again today on sentencing. I'd like to stay on it.
Well, she's probably more angry at me now anyway. Can you keep it under control?
I promise.
And on sentencing, don't be going for manslaughter.
I'd still like to try.
Lindsay, she denied the motion.
I can
You were
renew
playing
it. I would just
fire
like
with
her
a
to
big
hear
cannon
it.
Here. No.
The man is 57. 25 years is like a life sentence anyway.
Why don't you let Pearson decide?
His face came on the television screen. It was on the news or something.
The face of James Parrish?
Yes.
And what happened, ma'am?
Danny became very distraught and just started crying and pointing to the television, saying, "There he is. That's the man who killed Cindy."
Miss Walsh, the night after Cindy Harrelson was killed, did you accompany your son, Danny, to the police lineup?
Yes, I did.
And was he able to identify the person who killed Cindy Harrelson?
Yes. He pointed to that man right there.
Thank you. That's all I have.
You may step down, Miss Walsh.
Your Honor, I would move that Mrs. Walsh's entire testimony be stricken. It's all hearsay.
Testimony regarding the police lineup is arguably hearsay, I admit. But as for what the boy saw on television, what he then said, that's admissible.
Oh, come on. What?
Excited utterances. Miss Walsh testified that her son was crying and became very distraught upon seeing Mr. Parrish's face on television. While in that excited state, he identified Parrish as the killer.
This is legal gamesmanship.
Rules of evidence aren't gamesmanship. The court now has before it admissible testimony identifying James Parrish as the person who killed Cindy Harrelson.
She is backdooring hearsay, trying to prevent the boy from taking the stand, which denies my client the right to confront his accuser.
Your Honor, the accuser for the purpose of this hearing is Janet Walsh.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm finding probable cause. This matter is bound over for trial. The defendant will continue to be held without bail.
You'll never make this stick, Helen.
Something tells me I will. Thank you. This is just probable cause. We still have a long way to go.
I know.
As it stands now, I'm still not confident. You have to know that.
My feeling is that we've already alienated her. To do so further, you could be at a life sentence.
But the odds are we're looking at 30 right now, which could be the
I
equivalent
still
of
think
life.
a strong showing of contrition is our
Have you
best...
read the brief? Has anybody read the brief?
What's going on here? We basically put all our trust in you, and God, you're in here bickering like...
Mrs. Pearson.
Should we be getting new lawyers?
Meredith.
Well, you're facing life imprisonment. I don't think they know what they're doing. My God. They've been thrown in jail cells themselves. They go from insanity to self-defense to involuntary. Now they can't agree. They don't know what they're doing.
I think I agree with Bobby. We've got to know when to quit. Let me make a statement. I've got a lot of character witnesses. My people at my firm still think I have a shot at 20. So, we'll play it like that. I know you don't want to give up, but it's time.
This is a big, fat can of worms. Allowing lawyers to be sued over strategies they utilize in court. Personally, Mr. Silva, you strike me as every bit the vulture you described them to be in your complaint. But certainly lawyers do have to be guided by good faith. And Miss Frutt, accusing the victim's brother, I hope you showered after. That being said, I'm denying the plaintiff's motion to attach property. As for the complaint itself, I reluctantly admit that it should ultimately be decided by a jury. Defendant's motion to dismiss denied. Adjourned.
What's the big mystery? I thought you'd never be talking to us again after what Eleanor...
I'm not talking. This conversation never took place. I got a killer by the name James Parrish in custody. My whole case is basically a 4-year-old eyewitness. I don't want to put a little boy through a trial. Even if I did, I'd probably have a rough time. Jailhouse confession, I'd do better. He's a cocky kid. I bet he'll talk.
What's all this have to do with me?
This is the part of the conversation we never had. Your client, Kevin Pete, currently serving time for first degree.
Currently awaiting appeal.
Which she won't win. Look, the parish kid is going to be put into a cell next to Kevin. I want Kevin to try to get an incriminating statement. Both killed young women, should be able to bond.
Kevin didn't kill her, and you know it.
As far as the law goes, he did, and he's looking at life. Get me an admission from the parish kid. I'll bring a motion to reduce your client's conviction to second degree. I'll agree to 25 years. It's half his life back.
If Kevin Pete acts as a police agent...
He's not going in as a police agent. You and I never had this conversation.
So, basically, you're asking me to help you get an unconstitutional confession?
You want to shave off a life sentence for your client? I'm giving you an opportunity.
I'm not going to lie to cover
I'm
you.
not asking you to lie. I'm extending an offer to your client. When the verdict was read, you came over to me and said, "What now, Helen? What now?" Here I am. What now?
Okay. Round 2, I'll hear from the defense.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a brief statement, then I'd like you to hear from Anderson Pearson himself, followed by 3 character witnesses. First, let me begin.
Miss Doe?
I apologize, Your Honor. My client has instructed me to address you on sentencing only. But as an officer of the court, I feel duty-bound to protect the integrity of this process. And insofar as I feel the prosecution's refusal to offer manslaughter in the alternative.
Your Honor.
Miss Doe.
And I also know Your Honor's unwillingness to reopen this discussion. But with all due respect, I would like to raise this issue here to preserve...
You did raise it. I denied it. The record...
I'd like to renew it and ask for 10 minutes. That's all. 10 minutes. If you conclude that I have wasted the court's time, I will go right to my cell.
You are pushing this court.
I understand that.
"10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Bring your toothbrush."
That was completely out of
Stop
line.
yelling at me.
No, I won't stop. You are playing games with your client's
I don't
life.
think I risked alienating her
What
anymore.
are you doing, Lindsay? What are you doing?
We lost it, Bobby. We lost that man's case.
We didn't lose
You
it.
might
Your professor
forgive us, but I
did
can't just
shoot
give
him
up
5
because
times.
it's
He shot him
one
5 times.
last chance.
What if she gives him life?
I kept it under control. I will keep it under control tomorrow.
I know what Meredith Pearson said today hurt. It hurt me too. But that was an emotional wife. Lindsay, we've done everything we can do for this man. He is a good man. It's unthinkable for him to live his life out in prison. But he did pull that trigger. That's why he's in jail. Not because of you or me.
I'm sorry. I just... In my mind, I have to know that I tried everything.
So am I gonna wear a wire or something?
No. You're being used as a police agent, which means when you talk to him, it would be an interrogation outside of counsel. They don't want any record of it.
So what happens?
They'll put him in the cell next to you with the hopes you two talk. And that you come up with something they can use against him. If you do, there's a chance you could get out of jail one day. A chance. All Helen Gamble can do is make a recommendation. Nothing's guaranteed.
Okay, when are they moving him in?
I'm told he'll be there when you get back. But since you're scheduled for transfer by the end of the week, you gotta make fast work of it.
Yeah, okay.
And Kevin, you can't tell anybody about this conversation, not even your folks. Because if it comes out, your testimony is inadmissible, then the deal is off.
Okay.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't really get him to say much.
What did he say?
Mainly that they'd never nail him. You know, his other lawyer told him all they had was a 4-year-old witness.
Did he ever admit to killing the girl?
Not exactly.
Not exactly?
Well, I said to him, you did it, didn't you? You killed her. And he sort of smiled a little bit and said nothing. And that's when I said, aren't you scared? I told him how there was this public pressure to get me. You know, aren't you scared they'll get you? And that's when he said it.
They'll never get me, not with a 4-year-old witness.
I need more than that.
Maybe not. You got an implied admission. Kevin said you did it. The parish kid said nothing.
Yeah, but how...
Silence in the face of an adverse accusation. That's an implied admission of guilt. Admissible.
I need something stronger.
Here's your problem. Kevin Pete is scheduled for transfer tomorrow. If suddenly he isn't transferred and then comes up with a confession for parish, it's going to look suspicious. If you then go moving to reduce Kevin Pete's charge from 1st degree to murder 2, they'll figure this out. It's dicey enough as it is. I say go with what you got now. The fact that it's not an outright confession draws less attention. Make your play now.
When Anderson Pearson pulled that trigger, it wasn't self-defense. He shot an unarmed man 5 times. And when we said we wanted to argue self-defense, you quickly said no. Because as a guardian of the court, you were not about to allow tricky lawyering to distort what you knew to be the truth. And standing before you, I'll admit, we were guilty of exactly what you accused us of, Your Honor. We were figuring Anderson Pearson's a good man, the defendant's a bad guy. All we have to do is present self-defense, and at least one juror would bite. You were right. But the prosecution had its own strategy. They didn't want to charge manslaughter because they were figuring that same sympathetic jury would choose that to avoid sending a good man away forever. So they boxed them in with murder 1 or murder 2. These games are played every single day by defense attorneys and prosecutors in courtrooms all across the country.
Yes, it's awful, isn't it? Except when you win.
The problem is, you let them play their hand, but with us...
Because murder 1 and murder 2 were tenable. Self-defense wasn't.
That's a finding of fact, not...
No, it's a conclusion of law based on the facts.
Your Honor, you wouldn't let us distort the truth. You shouldn't either. Your ruling was a finding of fact.
Should I put on my helmet? Are you about to throw your brief?
You shut down self-defense because it wasn't that. But this wasn't murder 2 either. It was an act in the heat of passion. The man showed up at his door with a dead cat. After a month of stalking, he arrives at the doorway, throws down the family pet, which he had just strangled, and Anderson Pearson snapped. It was manslaughter.
So why didn't you ask for an order that manslaughter be charged as a lesser-included offense? I'll tell you, you feared, just like the prosecutors, that if it was available, the jury would opt for it. And just like the prosecution, you wanted to play all or nothing.
Ask yourself what really happened.
Why should I?
Because that's what you did when we wanted to go self-defense. You said to yourself, what really happened, and you took over. Fine, do it again.
Counsel?
Forget about poker and games and lawyers. Just look at the case and call it as you see it. You did it in the beginning. You owe it to Anderson Pearson.
I don't owe anybody.
You know what happened. You know what happened. You know what happened.
Sit down, Miss
You know
Dole.
what happened.
Biz Dole.
You know what happened.
$2 million. We walk away clean. Up front, nothing structured.
We're not going to cut you a check, Tommy. Is that why you're here?
Yeah, Eleanor, that's why I'm here. And here's why you're going to consider it. I'm willing to drop the defamation, plus the intentional count, settle everything under negligent claims, which means you'll be covered by your policy. It's not your money, just your carriers.
But you don't think they'll see through that?
Oh, I'm sure they will. But my bet is they'll settle anyway, because the exposure here is too big. I can paint a pretty disgusting picture of you guys. Team Plan B? You could convince your carrier that $2 million is cheap, and you have incentive to do so. Because if that judgment exceeds your policy limit, well, this nice conference table will be mine. And it will be.
Well, in the spirit of a settlement discussion, which is, of course, off the record, let me tell you something. We gave it about half a thought tops before going after the Robin kid. You know why? We don't like to lose. We're every bit as despicable and cutthroat as you say, which you better think about, because we will fight you in the very same way.
I look forward to that.
Good. Because a lawyer suing another lawyer, in this town, you're gonna look like the bad guy. And when we're finished with you, Tommy, you will be the bad guy. You forgot to ask what's going to happen to you.
These are your scare tactics?
Look at our record, Tommy. We win. And we've got no problem getting ugly. Now get your ass out of this office and go tell your clients that truth is a complete defense to defamation. You take us to court and I promise you we will be screaming he is the killer all over again. And in a court of public opinion, he will be the killer. You're still sitting here, Tommy? Get out.
You're gonna have to do a lot better than that.
You really want to roll the dice with first degree?
First of all, what did you offer this Pete kid? Was he a plant?
Nope.
You sent him in to Linda, tripped this
He
guy.
heard what he heard.
And he just happened to come forward.
That's what snitches do, Michael. They come forward. Look, I'm sure he'll be looking for something in return. I'm sure you'll use that to impeach him. It doesn't change the fact your guy's in trouble. We have an eyewitness.
Who's for?
But sure of who he saw. Even when he saw him on TV, he recognized him. Your guy was the victim's boyfriend. He threatened her. They broke up. He has no alibi. Now we have the equivalent of an admission. Why are you fighting me? I'm offering voluntary manslaughter, 8 years. He could get life. How could you even think of turning this down?
You wouldn't make the offer if you were so sure.
I'm offering it to spare a 4-year-old kid from testifying. You should be jumping at this.
I'll talk to my client.
Well, talk quickly, because I'll tell you, if even a whiff of this gets out, my boss will be in my office to snuff it. Letting your guy out in 8 years isn't good politics.
Mr. Pearson, I spent the night reviewing the long list of your various achievements. Right up until you committed murder, you were a hell of a guy. A noble lawyer, even, who conducted seminars on how to clean up the profession. I bet you'd have something to say about all the nonsense you've seen go on in this room, however much of it's been on your behalf. I realize I did incorporate my sense of the facts into some of my pretrial orders. And under the theory that a judge has an obligation to at least be consistent. In the interest of justice, I'm reducing the conviction to manslaughter. The defendant is sentenced to 2 years medium security credit for time served. We're adjourned.
Oh, my God. Well done. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. It doesn't measure up to justice, Mr. and Mrs. Harrelson, but the boy who killed your daughter is going to prison for 8 years. No possibility of parole. They just accepted the plea.
Oh, thank God.
Well, thank this woman here. Without her,
We've been thanking her for the last 20 minutes. But something tells me that I should thank you.
I wish we could have done better. I know your daughter deserved it.
I don't see how antagonizing him.
I had to let him know he was in for a fight, that we weren't just going to roll over.
I think he got the message.
He's already marking up depositions.
Maybe we should get outside counsel.
Well, what does the insurance company say?
We're going to meet them tomorrow.
Lindsay did it. Hiller cut it to manslaughter.
What?
She did it.
Well, where is she now?
She was tired and she went home. How'd things go with Silva?
I think he and Eleanor are going to date.
Bobby, can I have a word in private? I promise I won't touch your hair.
What?
Eugene's depressed. He's been in his office with the door closed. I'd go in and reach out myself, but I just don't think I've established a trust. He got a notice to appear before the bar. The others don't know.
Silva did this. He reported you to the bar just so he could use it at trial.
I don't know.
Eugene, it was a group decision to go after that kid in court. Not yours.
Yep. Team Plan B.
Are you really putting this on yourself?
You know what I've been doing the last couple of days, Bobby? Conspiring to get an illegal confession to... dirty business, I guess.
Maybe we're bred to fight a little dirty. Lindsay got Pearson's case reduced to manslaughter. She kept pounding and pounding and pounding when everybody was telling her to stop, especially me. She wouldn't. George Vogelman was innocent. And you wouldn't stop either.
Previously on The Practice.
I'm not crazy about helping the guy who killed my sister.
All we're asking is that you talk about the internet thing.
Boyfriend lives alone, brother, big house. Why not Plan B them?
It might be worth a try.
Give them a soft Plan B.
Plan B, soft, for both.
Did you murder your sister and frame George Vogelman?
Objection!
Did you follow her to the bar, then go to the motel?
That's sick!
You asked us to trust you. You just stole my son's innocence.
I represent Steve Robin and his dad. We're suing you.
What? Steve Robin?
Yeah, brother of the victim in your Vogelman trial. Eugene accused him of being the killer. I can paint a pretty disgusting picture of you guys in front of a jury. Team Plan B?
You take us to court, and I promise you we will be screaming he is the killer all over again. And in the court of public opinion, he will be the killer. Now get your ass out of this office and go tell your clients that truth is a complete defense to defamation.
These are your scare tactics?
Eugene, Tommy Silva agreed to depose you here. Probably so he doesn't have to spring for the coffee, the skimp. I ordered a cake for Rebecca's swearing-in party.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be very surprised.
Oh, very. She asked for chocolate.
I can't be worrying about cakes now. Have you finished with the pleadings folder?
In your bag.
Are you sure you don't want somebody to second chair?
Oh, no, it's just a burglar. I can handle it.
Well, who's covering the depot?
Me. But we really should be getting outside counsel.
We will if it goes to trial, but for discovery...
Fool for a client. That's what they say.
Thank you, Lucy.
This will be a short deposition, trust me. It's not like I'm going to answer anything.
Yeah, well, what if Silva goes for obstruction of justice? It's really in these days.
We can go right into my office.
Hi, Lucy Hatcher.
Evelyn Mayfield.
I take it you've met Jimmy. I can introduce you to the others later. It's a baby shaker, right?
Client, Lucy. Client.
Right. The baby shaker client.
Results of the psychiatric exam are supposed to be in this afternoon.
And assuming she checks out, they'll let her go.
Oh, no.
I passed the polygraph.
Lie detectors aren't foolproof as far as they're concerned. We discussed this. Plus, it's dead baby. They are not about to just let you go.
Well, how about they arrest the one who did it? I mean, would they ever consider that?
I'll know more by the end of the day. For now,
Remain calm, yes, I know.
They accuse me of killing an 11-month-old child, but I should take it in stride. I should just stay calm.
Their case is weak. The fact that they gave you bail, they know their case is weak. Let's just ride this out. And yes, stay calm.
I was walking towards the side entrance when I saw a man exiting the warehouse with an armful of laser disc players.
About how far apart were you at the time?
About 7 or 8 yards.
And what happened next?
I called out for him to stop. He dropped what he was carrying and ran towards the alley. We're instructed not to put our lives on the line to protect property, so he got away.
How is the lighting in this area?
There's a light above the door. I got a very good look at him.
Do you see this man today?
He's the defendant.
How many Laserdisc players was the burglar carrying?
4.
Still in boxes?
Yes, ma'am.
So his face was covered when you saw him. 4 boxes, each about 10 inches high, must have at least partially covered his face.
But then he dropped him when he ran.
He ran toward you?
No, away. But there was a moment before he ran. I caught a look.
A moment.
Seconds.
Seconds? More than 10 seconds?
No.
More than 5?
It was like 2 or 3 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds.
But I got a very good look.
There's no question before you, ma'am. Move to strike.
Did you have any conversations with Steve Robin prior to his testimony in the Vogelman murder trial?
Yes.
Did you discuss what questions you would probably ask him?
Yes.
Did you tell him that you plan to accuse him in court as the one who killed his sister?
Work product. Don't answer.
At the time you were having these discussions with Steve Robin, did you plan to accuse him of killing his sister?
Work product.
All objections have been waived.
Not on privilege.
We've got it on record. All objections except to the form of the question.
Of course we're not going to reveal
We
internal...
can get a court order.
Fine. Do it. But for now, I just move on.
Are you familiar with the term Plan B?
Work product.
I'm just asking if he's familiar with the term.
And I answered. Work product. Move on.
When you accused Steve Robin in open court of possibly being the one who killed his sister, what facts did you rely on?
Work product.
This the way we're going to play it?
Sorry, off the record? You're suing us. You expect us to play nice?
Did she do it?
Lucy.
Because I saw it on court TV. And they did this reenactment, and she just shook and shook and shook.
Lucy.
Come on, Bobby. Throw me a crumb. Did she do it?
She didn't.
So I saw it on court TV. She just shook and shook and...
Lucy.
You should know what people are saying.
We did okay, but it's close. I think you gotta testify.
But you said if I take the stand, the DA can bring up my record.
Yeah, he can.
Well, if they find out I got 2 priors, won't they think I did this one?
They might, but I don't see much choice. Okay, how is it we can't find one witness that saw you at the bar that night?
It was crowded, and I only been there that one time. Who's gonna remember?
Without a witness, it's like you don't have an alibi. What? Russell, now is not the time to be hiding things.
A buddy of mine was with me at the bar that night. But
what?
he's got a record. He don't want to get involved.
Russell, you are looking at a conviction here. 3rd time, it'll mean jail. If he really is a buddy, he's got to come forward.
How do you find out we call it Plan B?
It's not exactly a trade secret. We're kind of famous for it.
He's going for a court order?
Lindsay basically answered work product to every question.
It was work product.
Well, be armed with the research because Pap hates discovery motions.
We'll be ready.
Look, look, look.
Could begin this month. Sources say that they're far apart from any deal. You'll remember Miss Mayfield is charged with shaking to death an 11-month-old child that was entrusted to her care. Turning to the...
What's the deal on her?
I think she's innocent.
Oh, come on. All this church stuff she's into. Nobody could be that Christian without being a little vicious.
Do you ever say anything thoughtful?
Look, all I'm saying is she had very strong risks for a babysitter. Whether that passes for thoughtful, you be the judge.
So you guys were together the whole night?
Yeah.
At a bar called Little Freddy's from 11 till closing?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a little curious why you didn't come forward before. I mean, this is your best friend we're talking about. Now, I understand you have a record.
Miss Washington, I got a decent job. If it got out that it was a sexual assault conviction in '92, back in New York under another name.
What'd you do?
They say I raped the girl. Anyway, let's just say I don't need that coming to light, you know?
Okay, I understand. But Russell needs you. This is your friend. He will go to prison.
Will they find out about my conviction?
It's a small case. The odds are they aren't going to do a big background check on some burglary trial. But there is a chance, yes.
Leave it in about 20 minutes. Need anything else?
No.
Okay. Night. Rebecca.
Huh? Oh, yeah, night. Eugene, Bobby, I think I may have a problem.
What?
My client, my trial, you know, the burglary, Russell Thurm.
Yeah.
I think he's a serial killer.
Really?
Excuse
I mean,
me?
I can't be sure, but I think.
What's going on?
Rebecca's client's a murderer.
Close the door.
I think he's one of the harbor stranglers everybody's talking about.
Oh.
My client. I just got finished meeting with his alibi witness. I told Russell that we needed a witness, and he told me that he was in a bar with this other guy, Ronzoni, who I just met with.
Slow down.
Okay. This Ronzoni. I think he's the other serial killer. I saw his arm.
What did he tell you?
Well, he didn't tell me anything. What do you think he's going to tell you? Don't go around admitting that you're a serial killer. I mean, he's not some serial confessor.
Rebecca, slow down.
Okay. Ronzoni has a tattoo, dice, right there. It's in all the papers. One of the harbor stranglers has a dice tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that.
And he also has a sexual assault conviction. He raped a girl.
That doesn't mean...
No. August 14th, Russell and Ronzoni are at a bar on Franklin till 2 in the morning. Michelle Cummings, the prostitute, was killed that night. Now, I looked it up. She was last seen around 2 on the corner of 18th and Franklin, which is just 3 blocks from their bar. Now, I've got a rapist with a tattoo near the scene of the crime. You're going to tell me that doesn't add up? I mean, now we know he didn't knock off a video store. He was busy killing somebody. So do we call the police?
Well,
They're serial killers.
hold on. Unless someone is in immediate danger.
There is.
Who?
Any young girl, that's who.
I don't think you can reasonably believe someone's in danger unless you first know that these are the serial killers. And just on a tattoo...
Even if they are, who's to say they're going to do it again?
Of course they're going to do it again. They're serial killers. That's why they're called serial killers. They keep doing it.
What do you think?
Well, if you knew these were the guys, that'd be one thing, maybe, but...
Why don't we just turn in Ronzoni? He's not my client.
You'll end up implicating Russell.
Did you read what they did to those girls?
I'm not sure we can do anything yet.
Bobby, how can we not do anything?
All you got is a belief that your client and his alibi witness are bad guys.
So I do nothing.
You defend your client.
Asking them what they believe at the time is not invading work product.
Of course it is, when our beliefs are based on internal discussions made between each other.
Take a look at the transcript of the deposition, Judge. They wouldn't answer anything. They also asserted work product to almost every request we made for document production.
Documents that were generated in preparation...
That's not going to fly, Miss Dole. You're not going to sweep everything under work product.
All this stuff falls under our strategy in defending...
Yeah, and it's your strategy that you're being sued for.
You can't pierce work product. If you could,
Look,
then...
This is a simple cause of action. He's saying that you didn't have a good faith belief for pointing your finger at the brother. He's entitled to explore that.
It isn't that simple. If you allow
I'm
lawyers
making
to...
it that simple. Now, you answer all of these questions truthfully, completely, or I'll enter a judgment for the plaintiff right now.
I'd appeal it right now. Get it certified to SJC.
And if we lose, then we're
Hold
right
on.
back before this guy who will be even more angry than he
You
already
weren't afraid of
is.
pissing off Judge Hiller in the Pearson trial?
That was after the verdict, Eleanor. This guy's the trial judge.
We can't be
going
answering
into
questions
trial with a
without
judge
Plan
who's
B.
biased
If we get
against
caught,
us.
we're dead.
Table it.
Hey, guys. Look, I know this sounds self-serving, or like I'm trying to have it both ways. Truth is, I really don't like suing other lawyers, especially a small firm. I feel like we're from the same club. That aside, I am suing you, and you guys face some serious exposure. Not just money-wise, but public relations, too. Be smart. Settle this. I won't push for anything beyond your policy limit. You know I'm right. Let's not be silly.
Me?
You've given it a lot of thought.
Oh, isn't this just a little too incestuous? I've slept with Bobby Donnell. My roommate is Lindsay Dole.
And you've gone up against him before, so...
Yes, which has never proven to be a very good idea.
I know it's asking a lot, but there's a lot of heat here. Dead babies make good copy.
Do you know how much of a personal life I have? Lindsay's my best friend. Bobby's a friend, too. Even...
They just sandbagged you in open court.
That
How
was
can
Eleanor
you feel...
Frutt.
Helen. You better than anybody know this firm. You're the only DA we have that seems to be able to beat them. We need you. The case wobbles as it is.
I tendered his name as soon as I became aware of him.
It's unfair surprise, Your Honor.
There's no real surprise, Your Honor. This witness corroborates my client's alibi.
The defendant obviously feels he's losing, so he found someone to lie for him.
I don't understand why, if this is your client's friend, you didn't know about him any sooner.
Your Honor, as soon as I became aware of this witness, as soon as I had the opportunity to talk with him, I tendered his name.
I'll cut you a little slack this time. I'll grant a continuance until 9 o'clock tomorrow so you can prepare for the witness. Andrew, come get your jacket, honey. Elizabeth, don't touch that now. Here, put your jacket on. Guys, take the pumpkin bread to Mr. Kelly, one each. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The report was not great.
What do you mean?
The psychiatrist thinks you could be in denial.
What?
He makes room for the possibility that you don't even have a memory of it. That's why you'd passed a polygraph.
He's saying that I committed a murder, but I don't have a memory of it?
It was a court-ordered report. It can't be introduced, so I'm not even worried about it. But it doesn't encourage the DA to let you go either. Speaking of which, we just got a little more bad news there, too. Helen Gamble will be prosecuting.
Who's Helen Gamble?
One of their best on homicides. She and I also used to be involved. She lives with another lawyer at my firm. She knows us all very well. I suspect that's why she's been put on. But it's not all bad. I know her style, too.
You've tried cases against her before.
Several times.
Who usually wins?
It comes down more to the facts than the lawyers.
So she usually wins.
Their case is very circumstantial, and since you were the last one with the baby...
The father did it. People have seen him be abusive.
But Kevin was with you when he stopped breathing. It may not be proof you did it, but it sure as hell gives reasonable doubt to the father.
That's why they're prosecuting me, isn't it? The public wants a conviction, and I'm the only one they can get.
It's possible. I want you to talk to everybody, anybody who knows her. Our whole defense might be it's not in her character.
Okay.
Eleanor, I'd like you to go over the medicals, see if anything's unanswered, pre-existing conditions.
The cause of death isn't in question, Bobby. The autopsy was...
I don't want to assume that. If the autopsy is accurate, fine, but let's not be giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Is it just me, or is this a perfect plan B? We've got an abusive father, and we're just running scared because we got sued.
Nobody's running scared. We'll go after the father if we have to. What's the deal on the other?
Eugene's depot resumes tomorrow.
2 o'clock.
May I make a very unpopular suggestion?
Forget it.
If we were representing another firm being sued for this, we would absolutely be recommending settlement.
It's not another firm, it's us.
Our policy limit is 1.5. Suppose a jury slaps us with a $3 million judgment. It's not just everything in this office we lose. We're named personally. They'll take our cars, our refrigerators.
If we settle this, it's an admission of liability that will be headlines in every legal publication.
That's not true.
It is true, Lindsay, and on principle, how do we cave?
Forget principle. I'm talking about surviving.
Which we won't do without principle. Now, the practice of law may only amount to a conference table to you. With me, it's more.
All right.
Who are you kidding? You stood up in open court and accused a brother of killing his sister. You're gonna claim the high road?
We all agreed to plan B the guy.
A soft plan B. You went for the throat. Now we're getting sued. You not only owe an apology to that kid, you owe one to the rest of us here who you put at risk.
Hey, Lindsay, you're the one who first told us to go after the
Not
brother.
like that, I didn't. I said raise the question. A jury's gonna kill us.
All right, that'll do. At a minimum, Lindsay may be right about outside counsel. I'm going to look to bring somebody else in.
Should I send it back? I mean, it was supposed to be chocolate. This is German chocolate. Puke.
Will she care?
Jimmy, it's got coconut bits.
It's just a cake, Lucy.
How often does a person get sworn in to be a lawyer? You know, this is a big thing, Jimmy. You don't celebrate big things with German puke coconut bit chocolate. Serial killer, I'm on break.
Can I help you? Yeah, I'm looking for a Rebecca Washington.
Mr. Ronzoni.
Yeah. Look, I'm having some second thoughts about this. Can I do this, like, by affidavit or...
I don't think you can.
Suppose they dig up my record.
You have already done your time for that. They can't do anything. Look, I will just ask you a few questions. Keep it short.
What questions exactly?
Do you recall where you were on August 14th at 1:30 in the morning?
Yeah. I was at Little Freddy's, a bar on Franklin near the corner of 15th.
Did anyone accompany you to the bar that night?
Yes. Russell Thurm. We arrived together around 11 and left together about 2.
From 11 till 2, were you ever apart from Mr. Thurm?
Other than a couple minutes for a bathroom run, no.
Well, how can you be sure that it was August 14th that you were together?
Well, I have a credit card receipt.
Is this the receipt you are referring to?
Yeah.
Mark and identify, Your Honor.
Mark, Exhibit 7.
Could you please read the highlighted portion?
Little Freddy's, $31.78, Peter T. Ronzoni, August 14th, 1998, 1:57 a.m.
Thank you.
Russell Thurm's name appears nowhere on this receipt, does it?
Well, why would his name be on my receipt?
So all the receipt proves is that you were in the bar that night, doesn't it?
Objection.
Sustained.
Do you consider Russell Thurm a friend?
Yeah.
A good friend?
I guess.
You don't want to see your good friend go to jail, do you?
No.
Stayed in that bar until 2, huh?
Yes.
Didn't leave before closing.
Right.
Right.
I really appreciate you talking to me.
Mr. Berluti, my entire congregation would have been here if you had asked them.
You don't think Evelyn could have done this?
It's beyond any possibility. I won't throw around the saint word, but Evelyn Mayfield is not only a gentlewoman, she's one of the most loving. She's probably babysat the children of over half the congregation.
Nobody's ever complained that she had a temper or, used corporal punishment.
No. Mr. Berluti, they're still calling her to babysit. Now, I may not be the world's best judge of character, but they've got the wrong person.
You know the father of the victim.
I do. He's in the congregation.
You think he could have done this?
I really don't feel comfortable commenting on that.
He saw that he was basically unaccounted for at the time of the crime. That raised suspicion.
Did you have any evidence of Steve Robin having a history of violence?
No, but that doesn't mean...
The answer to the question was no.
Doesn't mean what?
The answer was no.
Are you familiar with the term Plan B?
This is work product.
If we go back before the judge...
I don't want to be giving this...
Just give the answer we discussed.
Yes, I'm familiar with the term.
Could you define it, please?
Sometimes when we have clients who we feel did not commit the crime with which he or she is charged, instead of simply aiming to establish reasonable doubt, which we would consider Plan A, we endeavor to raise the possibility of perhaps another suspect who had motive and opportunity to commit the crime. We call that Plan B.
You point the finger at somebody else.
Yes.
And in the Vogelman trial, you pointed the finger at Steve Robin.
We raised the question as to his motive and opportunity.
It went okay. I think we have a good shot.
What happens next?
Closing arguments, then we wait for the verdict.
Well, I'm not gonna be here for any of that, right?
No. Hello? What?
I taped as much as I could.
Annie Shaw is believed to be the 10th victim of the now infamous Harbor Stranglers. At 15, she would also be the youngest victim of these grisly killers. Though police are releasing few details at this hour, we do know this. Her naked body was found by a homeless man on Tuesday. At this hour, it appears Miss Shaw was abducted while walking home from a friend's house.
It doesn't change anything, Beck.
It doesn't change anything, Bobby. They just killed somebody else.
You don't know it was them. You don't know they're the killers. You don't know they're going to hurt somebody else. You have no legal right to do anything.
Legal? What about moral right?
That oath you're about to take tomorrow has nothing to do with moral right.
Please, spoken just like a true defense attorney.
But you are on this case. Sit. This is the worst part of the job, Rebecca. But it does go with the job. I know you know because you've seen me and Eugene and everybody here agonize over this same kind of situation. The reason you're so frustrated is because you know you don't have a choice.
My feeling is she's very much the wonderful person they claim.
A wonderful person who shook a baby to death.
Well, that's why I think denial is possible. It would be unconscionable to hurt a child, inconceivable to her that she could hurt him. So if she snapped, she may have blocked it out.
I'm hearing too many ifs. I'm not walking into court with if. Did she do this or not?
I'm not saying she did it. You're saying she did.
What's going on?
Did you not find she was in denial?
You asked me to evaluate this person to determine if she was psychologically capable.
We asked you, in your professional opinion, if she committed the crime.
Well, that's ridiculous to ask me that. I don't know the facts.
All right, hold on. If you don't think she did it, how the hell do you find her to be in denial then?
Look, Miss Gamble,
all right, Doctor,
need...
just tell us.
I found a pattern of denial with her. When she's pushed, she retreats into God and her religion. There were certain memory lapses she couldn't account for, but I don't think she was lying.
I'm very confused here.
The baby died in her custody. There are things she didn't remember. My suspicion is her memory is blocked. And she's the one blocking it.
I want to offer manslaughter.
Go ahead.
Come in. Ms. Washington?
I'd like to withdraw from the case.
On what grounds?
Irreconcilable differences.
You're going to have to do better.
Hypothetically, let's just say a lawyer has reason to believe his client is a serial killer. Would that be legal cause?
Is your client asking you to commit a crime or fraud?
No.
Your request to withdraw is denied.
Hypothetically, what if he's about to commit a crime?
You have knowledge of that?
Well, not specific knowledge, but common sense.
Common sense? You realize you violated your ethical obligations coming in here with this?
You asked whether I had legal cause. I just posed a hypothetical.
Counsel, I'm going to give you the benefit of intelligence and assume that you knew before you walked in here that you didn't have cause.
Look, if a client doesn't pay, that's legal cause to withdraw. I figured something a little more serious like rape or murder might qualify too.
Yes, and you figured if you couched it as a hypothetical, you could make an end run around the legal ethics, and that maybe I would pass on the information to the police. You were wrong.
Suppose he kills somebody else.
Counsel... Did you come in here for me to make it easier for you? I will. Go and prepare your closing. And if I have the slightest suspicion that you are not vigorously defending your client, I will, I promise you, turn you over to the Board of Bar Overseers. I will report that you passed on information prejudicing your client, that you tried to bias me against him, and that you threw the case. And you won't even make it to tomorrow's ceremony. Now say thank you and go.
Manslaughter, best we can do.
She didn't do it, Helen.
Coroner's telling me she did.
It was the father.
Oh, come on, Bobby. Don't you think we'd like it to be the father? History of abuse, tendency towards violence. He was the obvious suspect. But the doctors tell us the death was immediate. Evelyn Mayfield was the only one there. Is it true her church is paying her legal fees?
Yeah. Helen, friend to friend?
Oh, yes, let's trade on that trust thing I've got going with your office.
I think she's innocent.
Bobby, you always do.
And you always think they're guilty.
Well, that's probably why we didn't work out. I'll give you manslaughter.
Miss Washington? Miss Washington?
This may seem like just a simple burglary case, but there's much more at stake. I promise you that. It's the integrity of our criminal justice system. That system is designed to preserve people's rights. We go to great lengths to do that. One right is that someone can't be found guilty without proof beyond a reasonable doubt. What do we have here? A nighttime ID, boxes covering the burglar's face, the security guard catching a momentary glimpse. That is their entire case. Not a big part, not most, but their entire case. A few seconds as the suspect was running away in the opposite direction with boxes blocking his face beyond a reasonable doubt? Add to that, my client has an alibi. Mr. Ronzoni placed him at a bar at the exact time of the crime. Yes, they're friends. But he had a credit card receipt, didn't he? The DA is going to try to get you to believe the security guard more than my client's alibi witness. Even if you do, that is not enough to convict. Remember, Your verdict here isn't one of those news magazine polls where you dial a 900 number and give your opinion. You are not here to render your opinion or your hunch. You're here to uphold an oath that's the very essence of our jury system. We don't take away a man's freedom unless the state satisfies a burden of proof. They didn't. They didn't even come close.
I don't know about you, but I always find it a little suspicious when defense lawyers start waxing about oaths and integrity of systems and burdens of proof. It usually means they're short on facts. Our system isn't to turn criminals loose. Integrity isn't relying on the credit card receipt of a suspect's buddy who makes an 11th hour appearance. Your oath here was to serve justice. We have an eyewitness who saw that man with the Laserdisc players. Come on. I agree that there is more at stake here than a simple burglary. I also agree that there's some integrity on the line. Yours.
Sorry.
How'd she do?
I think pretty well. Okay, I've consulted 3 lawyers, all guys I trust. All 3 say settle.
What?
People in this case, let's call them jurors, aren't crazy about lawyers to begin with. It's not likely they'll be too sympathetic to qualified immunity arguments. Add to that the facts, pinning the victim's one brother. Add to that Tommy Silva, Joe Red Sox fan who juries love. The consensus is for us to cut our losses and to get out.
What we did in that courtroom is protected.
And I'm not running from Tommy Silva. We've beaten bigger guys than him. We've never been people who run scared. I won't bend over for this. I want to fight.
So do I.
I say settle.
Jimmy?
I'd say fight. Of course, I'm not a partner. I'm not at risk like everybody else, including Rebecca, who's not even sworn in yet. I'm just an associate.
I keep going back to what if we lose? It's not just a case.
I don't think...
And it's not just a conference table. This could be our whole practice.
Then we start over.
Whatever we do, it can't be a decision out of ego.
I want to fight.
We have to fight it.
Okay. Jimmy, you'll first chair.
What?
What? What?
Silva styles, I'm just a regular guy. Jimmy's our best guy to counter that. He's regular, too.
Yeah, if that's... Yeah, look, no offense, Jimmy, but we need our best at our best. Shouldn't you be doing it? I mean, he's good. I mean, you're great. But we need our...
Best. Jimmy will first chair. I'll second. Anything else? Okay, back to work.
Bobby, Evelyn Mayfield's here with her husband. Who died?
How long we gotta wait?
Well, they'll only go for another hour, then suspend till tomorrow. You guys got plans or something?
They've offered manslaughter. It's something that we should consider.
Surely you're not suggesting she plead guilty.
What I'm suggesting is they have a medical case indicating that the child died almost immediately. That will be tough for us to explain. And there's a risk of a murder 2 conviction. That's 20 years. Maybe more. Manslaughter, good behavior, you could be out in 3.
But I didn't do this.
I know this doesn't sound great, but whether you did it or not doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Of course it matters on one level. In terms of deciding how to proceed here, what I have to weigh is the prosecution's chances of convicting you. Your innocence is almost irrelevant there. As I said, they have a circumstantial case, but in my opinion, emotion will be against you. I'm not crazy about rolling the dice. Not with 20 years.
I didn't shake that baby. And I'm sitting with one of the best criminal lawyers in the city, and he's telling me to plead guilty.
I'm telling you, you could be looking at guilty.
That baby came to me crying. After about 10 minutes, I was finally able to console him. I rocked him until he fell asleep. I put him in his crib. I came back in about 15 minutes, and he was dead. If I'm convicted of killing him, then so be it. But I didn't kill him. I know it, and God knows it. And I suspect that that child's father knows it. And I will not say that I did do it just to get less jail time.
Okay. Then we go to trial.
Will the defendant please rise? Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
In the matter of Commonwealth versus Russell Thurm, on the charge of breaking and entering at night, we find the defendant, Russell Thurm, not guilty.
The jury is dismissed with the thanks of the court. We're adjourned.
Thanks.
Yeah. Not guilty.
Really?
She's on her way to the ceremony now, which, by the way, we better get a move on. Jimmy, Bobby, let's go.
Hey, we've got time. It's Washington, W. They'll be calling her at the end.
Yeah, we should be there at the beginning.
Let's go.
Hey, Jimmy, you got a sec? I didn't mean to put you down. It's just with this case, so much on the line. Please don't misunderstand me.
I understand you perfect.
Can you believe she's about to be sworn in?
Hey, you think I should go to law school?
No. China Rain, I like that. Helen wears that.
I'm not wearing China Rain.
I wear Slovakian snow.
We hugged alone.
Please rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, your name, solemnly swear that I will do no falsehood.
I, Rebecca Washington, solemnly swear that I will do no falsehood,
Nor consent to the doing of any in court.
nor consent to the doing of any in court.
I will not wittingly or willingly promote or sue any false, groundless, or unlawful suit.
I will not wittingly or willingly promote or sue any false, groundless, or unlawful suit.
I will conduct myself in the office of an attorney within the courts.
I will conduct myself in the office of an attorney within the courts,
According to the best of my knowledge and discretion.
according to the best of my knowledge and discretion,
And with all fidelity, as well to the courts as my clients.
and with all fidelity, as well to the courts as my clients.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You're all officially members of the bar.